September is College Savings Month. Whether you're a new parent or your child's already off to high school, it's a good time to think about the future. Next to retirement planning, paying for your children's education could be the largest expense your family will bear. Dairy State Bank offers a variety of savings accounts, as well as other options that may offer greater return, but with more risk. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
I can count.
On West
Wisconsin Credit Union.
Now, Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin. Read it.
Wisconsin's.
I can't say it like she can say it.
I lost my words.
Let me just say it in my head one time.
I struggle with this part.
Why is this so hard?
Hard to say, but easy to do business with. Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin Credit.
Sorry, we have to start all over.
Good material here.
TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs. Family owned since 1978. TMS Tire and Auto has 3 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
BY's Seek Eyes for the best buys. Huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, including Camaros, Corvettes, and the best selection of Silverados in western Wisconsin. Our award-winning team offers the best customer service and certified technicians. Check out the all-new ChevyTownUSA.com and look for BY's pricing on the entire inventory. Find new roads and take the short drive to I-94 and Highway 25 in Menomonie, or anytime at ChevyTownUSA.com.
Hello, football fans, and welcome into New Richmond for a Big Rivers Conference matchup between the New Richmond Tigers and your Menomonie Mustangs. Alongside our cameraman, Eric Zadowski, and my volunteer colorman, Dr. Joe Zadowski, I'm Chad Zutter, and we'll be bringing you the live stream broadcast tonight here on Mustang TV. Mustangs coming off a homecoming victory, an impressive one, 40-14 over the Eau Claire North Huskies. In that win, Steel Schaefer, scored 3 touchdowns all in the first half, and the Mustangs completely controlled the line of scrimmage, gaining 260 yards on the ground. It was the highest rushing yardage in a game this season for the Mustangs. The Tigers are red hot, the only team left in the BRC without a loss. Their high-powered offense averaging 36.8 points per game, leading the Big Rivers, coming off a very convincing 39-7 victory over the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. And their average margin of victory in 4 conference games, nearly 26 points. They've had 9 different players score a touchdown, have the New Richmond Tigers here tonight. They have a lot of weapons. Menomonie's Mustangs defense will be challenged here this evening. Coming up on our pregame show, sponsored by TMS Tire and Auto and Wisconsin Credit Union, as you see on the bottom of your screen. We'll talk with head coach Mike Sins. We'll go over the starting lineups, keys to the game, and we'll get ready for kickoff set for 7 p.m. tonight from New Richmond. We'll be back with head coach Mike Sins after a word from our sponsors. You're watching Mustangs TV. TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs. Family owned since 1978. TMS Tire and Auto has 3 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119
119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
I can count.
On West
Wisconsin Credit Union.
Now, Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin. Read it.
Wisconsin's.
I can't say it like she can say it.
I lost my words.
Let me just say it in my head one time.
I struggle with this part.
Why is this so hard?
Hard to say, but easy to do business with. Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin Credit.
Sorry, we have to start all over.
Good material here.
Back in the pregame show on Mustangs TV, sponsored by TMS Tire and Auto and Wisconsin Credit Union. Joining us, head coach for the Menomonie Mustangs, Mike Sins. Mike, before we talk about this matchup on the road here tonight, let's recap your nice homecoming victory last week, 40-14 over Eau Claire North, and a game we were talking out through the broadcast. Seems like you guys really controlled the line of scrimmage. You were able to run the ball. Take us through your success with your offensive line.
Yeah, we were happy with how the guys bounced back after the Hudson game, and we talked Hudson's that was one game, and we'll see what your character's like and your work ethic the next week, and our kids responded really well. So offensive line played outstanding. Actually, it was probably our best game all three phases, I would say. Last week against North, they beat us here before. We talked about it a little bit, but every year's different, high school football, and kids are different, and 2023 is different than 2022. So anyway, just happy with, honestly, as a coach, getting homecoming done. It's the worst week of the year just because kids are pulled in a lot of different directions, and as a coach, you're trying to get them ready for the football game. So just happy with how our kids played overall, and just to get a win feels good. And then now we got a tough one this week.
Yeah, on the road here against New Richmond, a team that is the only team overall left unbeaten in the BRC. They do something, according to the film I've seen, that North also does. They have dual quarterbacks. They have guys that'll play series in, series out. How defensively, how do you guys prepare when you may see two quarterbacks that may throw a few different things at you?
Yeah, I think, they started off the season kind of doing that. I think they're going to stick with number 4 now, the senior. I forgot what his name is, but he's a pretty smooth athlete. He can run, he can throw. They're just really good overall. I mean, they're ranked 4th in the state, I think. They're undefeated. There's a reason for that. They went to Chippewa last week, and I think they won like 39-7. And we know how hard it is to win at Chippewa, so that was a pretty impressive game for them. So yeah, we have our hands full. There's no doubt about that. Their team speed is very noticeable, and it's not a shock to us because, in track, I'm a track coach also, and when I go to track meets when they're at them, they win every single 4x1, 4x2, the open, the 100, the 200, whatever it might be. They have every kid that they have is fast. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, looking at them, and it's not just, according to what I've seen, it's not just one guy. They have multiple kids that can score on you. I think they've had 7 or 8 kids score a touchdown this season. So they have, defensively it's kind of hard because you can't key on one, maybe 2 guys. You got to make sure everybody's covered, everybody's a threat on the field, and everybody can touch the ball and score a touchdown. For New Richmond, a team that's scoring 36 points per game. I mean, defensively, I got to think, probably one of the biggest challenges for you and especially your defensive coordinator to prepare for a team like this that's so strong with so many offensive weapons.
Without a doubt. There's a reason that they're 6-0 and ranked 4th. Last year was kind of like the Trandall show, and this year, like you said, they have multiple guys that can score. They have 3 running backs who are dang good and are fast. You can stop them, and then all of a sudden it's a 40-yard touchdown. And then, like I said, their quarterback can pull it and run. He can throw. Number 9 is a 3-year starter for him. I think his name's George Schroeder. And he's a really good athlete. He reminds me of a couple of our receivers that are tall, lanky, athletic kids. And again, number 12 for him is committed to Duluth as a receiver. He is electric. He's 165 pounds, but great hockey player too. I think he's all-state. So again, there's a lot of challenges, and it always comes down to we have to tackle well in the open field. And against Hudson, we didn't, and it obviously cost us the game. And we always talk about on offense, ball security, on defense, tackle on the open field, don't give up the big play. And if we tackle well, it should be a good game. If we don't tackle well, it won't be a good game.
Yeah, defensively, another thing, at least what I've seen, is they don't huddle. Just like Hudson, very similar. They're right up to the line after the next play. So defensively, I assume it'll be a lot like Hudson, where you're going to have to sub at opportune times, not after every play. Is that kind of the strategy here for this week defensively as well?
Yeah, for sure. New Richmond doesn't go, I would say, as fast as Hudson, but they are no huddle, and we'll try to sub. When the ball's close to our hash on our sideline and stuff like that. But again, multiple guys are going to have to step up. We've had some injuries, and it's next man up mentality for every team. It's football, so you're going to get banged up a little bit. But I think our kids are excited. I don't think a lot of people are going to give them a chance to even be in this game, and I think our kids are excited for it.
Well, we're excited too, and it's a great game, and hopefully we can come away with a Menomonie Mustangs victory and talk to you next week about it.
Awesome. Thank you.
We'll continue the pregame on Mustangs TV.
TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs. Family owned since 1978. TMS Tire and Auto has 3 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
I can count.
On West Wisconsin Credit Union.
Now, Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin. Read it.
Wisconsin's.
I can't say it like she can say it.
I lost my words.
Let me just say it in my head one time.
I struggle with this part.
Why is this so hard?
Hard to say, but easy to do business with. Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin Credit.
Sorry, we have to start all over.
Good material here.
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. A big big conference matchup here between the Mustangs and the Tigers. Go over some numbers here quickly, and then some other matchups, and then we'll get to starting lineups. Defensively right now, New Richmond allowing 12.8 points per game. Your Mustangs averaging allowing 17.5 points per game. Offensively, New Richmond, if not top of the conference, very close, 36.8 points per game, and Menomonie at 30 points per game. Other matchups around the BRC here tonight: Chippewa Falls at River Falls, Eau Claire North at Hudson, and Superior at Eau Claire Memorial. And it looks like a national anthem due up here shortly, so we're going to get to the starting lineups after the national anthem here. Joe will come back with you after the national anthem, and we'll be back with starting lineups here after we listen to the colors. Just wrapping up the national anthem here at New Richmond, a Big Rivers Conference matchup between the Mustangs and the Tigers here. And Joey, I know you're working on getting those starting lineups just popping up as you see on your screen. And I'm going to send it over to Joe to start with the offense, and then we'll get to the defense.
Sounds good, Chad. And we got another nice night for a football game. The rain from this morning is gone, and looks like it's going to be a packed house for New Richmond's homecoming. But you see the starting offense on the screen, similar to what we've seen the last several games. Up front for the Mustangs, Drew Gunderson, Ethan Schmidt, Andrew Schaefer, Bryce Shepard, Isaac Eckert. Tight end, Charlie Barron. You'll also see Isaac Ellison out there as a tight end, H-back, wide receiver. John Higbee, the big fullback for the Mustangs, and then Jack Trout and Steele Schaefer. They've been sharing carries, as has Hayden Weir. The junior's done a nice job stepping up for the Mustangs. And the quarterback, same guy under center since the entire season, Brady Johnson, doing a real nice job for Menomonie. He'll be back out there today. As we look towards the defensive side of the ball, I got to pull it up here. What do I got to do? There we go. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Chad. Still learning. Defensive side of the ball, got Cole Schmiske, Ben Helminski, Max Erickson, and Cade Sorensen. Actually, Sorensen will be a linebacker, but Schmiske, Helminski, and Erickson up front for the Mustangs. Also, you'll see Andrew Schaefer play some nose tackle. Him and Ben Helminski kind of switch in and out a little bit. Cade Sorensen, Steele Schaefer, Reed Sigelski. Anthony Sachary's not going to go tonight, dealing with an injury. So we saw Reed quite a bit last week. Also, you might see Luke Pember out there. Other linebackers, Brody Thornton. He's played really well for the Mustangs on defense. In the secondary, they'll be under pressure tonight. New Richmond likes to try to stretch the field. Walker Ferguson, Hayden Weir, Braden Casey, Ray Pember. You'll also see some Brady Goodman out there. So looks like they're getting ready to go, Chad.
Yeah, we're about set to kick off here at 6:59. Our official temperature, 71 degrees, 79% humidity. Dew point at 64. Wind out of the southeast at 8 miles an hour. And we do see Ryan Dingwall, who did not play last week as a kicker, back out there this week. So he will kick away. And we are set just 1 minute before 7 here. We are beginning this football game here at New Richmond, and we are off and running here as New Richmond will take over on their 30. I believe that was number 34 for New Richmond, Andy Johnson, that picked up that one of the upbacks for the Tigers. Tigers, a lot of offense. Joe, lots of offense here for the Tigers.
And Chad, the Mustangs have started the game with a kickoff 5 out of 6 games this year. Each of those 5 games they won. They really like starting on defense and then getting that ball to start the second half, see if that can pay dividends here tonight.
Reese Hitty, the starting quarterback here for New Richmond. If you listen to the pregame show here with head coach Mike Sins, we did see some rotation of quarterbacks early on in the season for New Richmond. It's a nice stick there. Originally in on the hit was Sorensen, and then a couple linebackers there. Schaefer, one of them, and Thornton, the other, kind of helped to clean it up there, get the also Mike Sell Insurance tackle for loss.
Yeah, and I see Isaac Ellison playing the far side, outside linebacker position. I know he'd been working on it in practice, and it looks like Ellison's got the start tonight on defense. Mustangs got to stop the running back because the quarterback's going to pull it and run as well. This time he pulls it and passes.
Quick pitch out, and that should be enough for a first down. Yeah, that pass intended for and caught out top there. I think that was Langness with the reception. Correction. That was not Langness. That was Nick Salmon with the reception right there, and a first down near midfield. Officials for tonight, Brian Hansen, Wayne Siskin, Jeffrey Schmidt, Scott Tottenham, and Glenn Waterhouse, the Men in Stripes. The rollout here for Hitty. He's going to go deep to Langness. Good coverage there by Pember. And you see Langness, not a real big guy, but you look at his numbers on the season, 13 catches, 294 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
You know, that was really good coverage by Ray Pember, and they're going to need that in the secondary tonight. Ray didn't know where the ball was, but he watched the eyes of the receiver and got his hands up. But Ray was step for step with him, brings up 2nd and 10.
Empty backfield here for Hitty on 2nd and long.
No running back with the quarterback now until now they send him in motion.
And we'll shift him, and then right up the middle, Hitty off the fake. He'll pick up probably 7. And that will make it a very manageable 3rd and short here for New Richmond. Lots of weapons. If you're just tuning in, this team scores as many points, I think more points than anybody in the BRC. 36.8 they're averaging offensively. They put up 39 last week against Chippewa. They have outscored their opponents this year 221-77.
This is where the Mustangs need to get off the field. They weren't able to do it against Hudson. They're going to have to do it tonight against New Richmond.
A big 3rd and short here and a quick, easy completion, and much more. This could go to the house, and it will. There's that big play. Schroeder with a 52-yard touchdown reception as scoring starts early for the Tigers.
Well, and unfortunately, Chad, that was a reminiscent of Hudson. Schroeder just ran a slant and not enough depth from the linebackers. Then when he caught the ball, just missed tackles. And we saw Tyler Lazard do that from Hudson at least twice against the Mustangs. Similar situation, 3rd down, chance to get off the field, just not able to execute.
Now Holder here will be Hitty. Correction, the holder will be Stelrek, and the kicker puts it through. That's Bonneman. And quickly, not even 2 minutes into the game here, 10-12 left. New Richmond up 7-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Mustangs TV. Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. The scoring started early here for the Tigers. You see on your screen 7-0, 10-12 left in this first quarter. That was about, Joe, I think that was a 6-play drive. That was a big play, 52-yard touchdown reception by Schroeder. Started the scoring here for New Richmond, and one of the upbacks there for Menomonie jumps on it. I think that was number 14, Landon Middlestead.
I'll tell you, Chad, we were here last night for the freshman game. It is difficult to see the numbers. We're a long ways away from the field. I talked about it last night on the freshman broadcast. You have the sideline, and it's kind of an extended wide sideline for their soccer field. Then you have the 9-lane track. Then there's a walkway. Then there's the bleachers. It's a pretty deep grandstand. Not much for visiting bleachers. A lot of the Menomonie folks are by us down to our left. You really can't see much on those other bleachers. They're not elevated across the field.
Yeah, like some guys will be doing tomorrow morning. Binoculars for the deer hunters.
Not a bad idea.
And it's going to be Drought outside to start. He's near a first down. I think they might have gave it to him. We'll see. Wait to see the spot here. It's going to be awfully close, just past the 30. They are going to mark him. Nope, they're going to give him a first down. So that Schuler Insurance first down will move the chains after the White Half looks at it and signals.
After missing a couple games, Jack Drout's kind of come back. He's been nursing, I think, a sore ankle. He looked really good on that one. That looked freshest I've seen Jack run here in about a month.
Schaefer will take this one. Pretty much the same play Drought had, and a big play for him. Past the 50 and just knocked out at the 45. Yeah, he was one tackler away from breaking that. That would have been the longest run of the season for any Mustang, but the last man standing for the Tigers did not allow it.
Eric's up here giving me the face mask signal. I thought I saw the same thing. The official was right there, though. Maybe he grabbed him by the jersey or something, but the way Steele's head and shoulders went backwards, it sure looked like it was a face mask.
Jack Trout now relieve Schaefer.
Schuler Insurance first down, though. You got to love it. Back to back.
Yeah, 2 plays, 2 first downs here for the Mustangs. Higbee will take it right up the middle this time. He'll pick up just over 3, maybe 4 yards.
Nice job by John controlling the handoff there. It looked like the handoff was pretty low, almost down towards his thighs. Not quite a real smooth mesh, but they got it done, able to pick up positive yardage. Nice job there by the junior fullback.
And you think as a coaching staff here from Menomonie how many offensive weapons New Richmond has, the pace of their offense. I mean, to beat a team like this, you need some long, sustained drives, keep their offense off the field, and then get touchdowns and take advantage of your opportunities. That run there by Drought maybe picked up a yard. That'll make it 3rd and about 5 here for the Mustangs. Correction, that was Schaefer with the ball.
Yeah, you really don't want to get into a track meet with a team like this. And, you know, Menomonie had the right formula to beat Hudson a couple weeks ago. Got off to a 14-0 lead. Really possessed the ball most of the first half. But right before halftime, you know, give Hudson credit. They made some plays, kind of like the opening drive here from New Richmond. You're going to give up some plays, but you got to stay disciplined.
This will go Higbee right up the middle. He gets knocked at the line of scrimmage, but he is able to kind of forge ahead for a couple more. That'll be get a very manageable 4th and 3, we'll say, a long 3.
And yeah, with that
but
play,
obviously 4 down territory.
With that play call, you got to be thinking that the coaches were planning on 4 downs. You're probably not running a fullback dive on 3rd and 5 and then go to punt on 4th and 3. So the offense is still out there. It'd be interesting to see what they dial up. Everything on the ground so far tonight.
Now it's going to be Schaefer offset to the shotgun right of Johnson. 3 receivers in the bottom of your screen.
Boy, they should have a man advantage here on the near side.
They're going to drop back to pass. Johnson, plenty of time. Throws to the left side, caught there.
That's going to be close.
Should be really close. It's going to depend on the spot.
He didn't get much of a spot.
Barron caught the football, and boy, according to that spot here on the near side official, I think this is going to be short.
I don't know. That chain, that marker over there looks short. Yeah, they're going to have to measure this one. It's going to be awfully close.
Now we'll give us some time here to thank our sponsors, obviously, that make the broadcast possible here. Schuler Insurance sponsors all our first downs. Wisconsin Credit Union and TMS Tire and Auto. They sponsor pregame, halftime, and postgame show. Kai Chevytown is our sponsor here for touchdowns. Dairy State Bank is our timeout sponsor, along with Bill's Distributing as well. Our turnover sponsor, Sherry Benrud Photography. Point of Beginning scoreboard sponsor. And Mike Sell Insurance, our tackle for loss sponsor. I don't think I missed any. That's just right from memory, Joe. After 6 games, I think I got them all down. Did I miss anybody?
I wasn't listening. I was trying to get the ticker going, and it looks like they're short by about an inch.
Boy, a big defensive stop there by the Tigers. And they have all the momentum here on homecoming night for early in this football game. Defense going to have to step up now.
Well, the Mustangs ran a good play there on 4th down, and looked like Charlie Barron, was going to get the ball, but he just wasn't able to get any forward momentum. Had the ball been outplaced a little bit more in front of him, he might have been able to catch it and turn up, but I think it was maybe put on him just a little bit too far behind him. Either way, it's 1st and 10 Tigers, and the Mustangs defense has a real test.
Miles Burke we saw in the backfield on the last possession. Joe Hepner now in the backfield, offset to
they looked early.
And we talked with head coach Mike Sins, not about rotating quarterbacks. Well, we're seeing it right now. Right now, Nick Stelrek is in at quarterback right now. He's the sophomore. Reese Hitty, who threw that touchdown pass on the first possession, was the senior. And so Stelrek, you look at his numbers this year, 22 of 37, 358 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's also ran for 1. Reese Hitty, a few more passing yards, but he's got 5 touchdowns on the ground. So Stelrek obviously a bit more of a passer, but they go with 2 runs right away. And the Mustangs, a big Mike Sell Insurance tackle for loss on that one. And it's going to be a second and about 16, I would say.
Great job there by Reed Sigelski and Isaac Ellison. If the Mustangs can control that middle run game with the guys up front, then that's going to take a lot of pressure off the secondary. But if the secondary has to be thinking about helping on the run up the middle, that's where you're going to get burned deep like they did in the first possession.
Let's see if those guys up front, Max Erickson, Andrew Schaefer, some of those guys can get some pressure as well. But instead we'll have a timeout here by New Richmond before we continue, and we'll take a 30-second break on Mustangs TV.
Look, team approach to managing your finances. With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. Early on, 7-0. Tigers lead the Mustangs. 7:18 remains here in this first quarter. Mustangs have had one possession. And the Tigers on their second possession with a 2nd and 16 after a penalty and a 1-yard tackle for loss by the Mustangs.
This is the kind of possession where the defense needs to get a stop.
There's a handoff there to Hepner. He'll break one tackle in the backfield and breaks another one, and all the way up near the 40. That'll make it a very manageable third down, make it about 3rd and 6. Boy, if that initial hit there near the 30, I didn't see the gentleman who got that initial hit was able to take him down. This would have been a very challenging third down. Now it's much more manageable.
Yeah, I think number 22, Cage Sorensen, had a good shot at him, but give Cage credit. He didn't take himself out of the play. He got right back up and made the tackle. But like you said, Chad, gave him an extra 5 yards or so.
Been another big third down here for the Mustangs defensively. And rolling to his left there is Stelrack, and he is not able to hit the intended receiver. It was Schroeder who just caught that touchdown pass on the last possession, and the Menomonie defense holds strong. And we'll give it back now to the offense. Returning the punt will be Drought and Goodman.
Tell you, Chad, that was great coverage. You know, sometimes you talk about a pressure incompletion or a coverage incompletion, or you talk about sacks that way. Mustangs had great coverage. Not a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but everyone was accounted for. And, boy, it looks like the Mustangs are looking to come after this punt.
Yeah, maybe the punt block might be on here.
Do we have more than 11 guys out there?
No flags, so I think we're good.
Boy, it looked like we had more than 11.
And kind of a shank there from the punter. The punter for New Richmond just kind of shanked it there, Devin Anderson. And that is going to give Menomonie very good field position near midfield.
Well, that's just great.
At the, I think, 42.
And that's just great for the Mustangs. You know, you come out, you give up a touchdown right away. You get stuffed on a real tight 4th down on homecoming night. All the excitement, all the momentum's going to Richmond's way. Well, now your defense comes out. They make a couple mistakes. You get the stop, and now you get the ball close to midfield. Now it's the offense's turn to keep the momentum in Menomonie's favor.
Menomonie had 2 first downs on their first 2 plays offensively of the game. And got stalled, like you said, Joe, on that 4th down. Just into New Richmond territory as Drought will get tackled for a no-gainer on that handoff.
And New Richmond's just stacking up the strong side of the formation. They had at least 2 extra guys over there. Menomonie's going to have to run some plays to counter that. They're going to have to attack the weak side once in a while, or New Richmond's just going to pile it up.
And you see here, if you're tuning in, top of your screen there, digital down markers here at New Richmond. Schaefer will take the pitch on the far side, past the 40, 45, near the 50, taken down right at that first down marker. Don't think he quite got it. They're going to mark him about a half a yard short, just into Tigers territory. 6:04 remains first quarter. Mustangs trying to get some points on the board here early.
On that play, they still ran to the strong side of the formation, but they were able to get outside that time. It's really that off-tackle and blast play that New Richmond's stacking up right over the tackle, right over the guard tackle position. You can see those 2 linebackers right there.
We'll have Johnson and Higbee shift on the play, and then Higbee's going to take it short yardage. I think he's just going to get it with that second effort push. And that will give the Mustangs a Schuler Insurance first down. His initial hit, by the New Richmond defense, he didn't have it at that point, but he kept the legs churning, did Higbee, and was able to pick up the first down.
And that was interesting. When the Mustangs shifted the formation and put 2 guys in motion coming to the near side, the linebackers from New Richmond shifted, but not all the way over. Something like an option or something to the weak side should be able to get around the edge the way that they attacked that motion.
And hopefully if play action may be successful here tonight, if you can suck in those linebackers. Barron's going to take it on an end around. He's got some room at the 40, 30. Got a guy to beat there and will get knocked out of bounds near the red zone. You talked about it right there, Joe. I mean, you called it. That was a great misdirection call on the offensive coordinator, Dave Schmitz. He must have seen what you saw.
Yeah.
At least was getting communicated here from the coaches up in the booth. And, Menomonie took advantage. They're near in the red zone here at the 24.
Well, and that's what you have to do. It's just like baseball. If a guy's sitting on your fastball, you got to throw him something off speed. And in this case, New Richmond's defense, they're really, really flowing to the strong side of the formation. So if you run some action one way, bring it back the other, you should be in good shape. Keep them honest.
So Drought back in his tailback. Johnson and Higbee the upbacks. Johnson under center. Pitch here to Drought near side. He's going to try to cut it up, but nowhere to go. Big loss there on first down. Going to make it 1st and 14 here for the Mustangs.
The blocking up front wasn't there, but again, another low pitch from the quarterback. Jack had to catch that one down by his knees, and when you're trying to pick up speed and find a hole and you have to look down to secure the ball, that just sets you behind as a running back. That's something they're going to have to clean up here. 4-yard loss, that's maybe a 5-yard loss. That's hard to handle.
It looks like maybe a shotgun look here. We saw 3 receivers come in, and it is going to be empty backfield. That's a little different.
5 receivers, look at this.
Charlie Barron, the quarterback at the moment. And we're going to have a timeout here in New Richmond. You had Charlie Barron at quarterback, and you had Brady Johnson lined up as a wide receiver. And I think that New Richmond coaching staff knew something funny was coming. They called the timeout. We'll do the same here on Mustangs TV. Be back in 30 seconds. Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. 4:13 remains here in this first quarter. Menomonie on a 2nd and 15, we'll call it, is just coming off a timeout here by the New Richmond, probably the defensive coordinator, head coach. They came out in a very good, unique look as Charlie Barron was the quarterback in the shotgun empty formation, and Brady Johnson was split out as a wide receiver. Obviously, we don't see that now, but Johnson in the straight shotgun looks for his first read, not there, and then throws it right into the ground. He puts air under that ball to Ellison, who went up, and I think Johnson thought that Ellison was going to go in, but we do have a flag on the play.
I see the coaching staff. They're upset. Charlie Barron's route got totally messed up. The defender hit him before he was able to continue on his route. That's got to be interference.
Yeah,
or illegal contact or something.
Yeah, it's in that area, too, just where that contact happened, Joe. So you're right. I'm assuming it's obviously a pretty good guess it's going to be a defensive penalty. And
pass interference.
Very high likelihood, and it is. So Mustangs will get some yardage there on that second down play. And
I'll tell you, the Mustangs coaching staff, they came out here with a plan, and they're definitely putting some pressure on New Richmond in terms of the chess game. New Richmond's already had to use 2 timeouts. They only have 1 left for the half. So nice job there by the coaching staff.
They have 3rd and 15, and it should not be 3rd down. That was a 2nd down play.
Looks like it's going to be 1st down where they're setting the ball.
So, they're going to move the chains. This is a 1st down here for the Mustangs. A Schuler Insurance 1st down thanks to the penalty by New Richmond. And that will give the Mustangs a 1st down inside the red zone as Drought will relieve Schaefer here as the tailback at the 14-yard line here for the Mustangs.
So Jack Drought probably bringing the play in to the quarterback, who then relays it in the huddle to the rest of the team. And what do we got now?
And officials getting together here before the snap. Not sure the issue at the moment, but officials are sorting it out. If you are just tuning in, the other matchups here in the BRC tonight, Chippewa Falls at River Falls, Eau Claire North at Hudson, Superior at Eau Claire Memorial. So we'll keep you posted on those games here when we get score updates throughout this broadcast as well.
Eric's working on it. Looks like Superior is leading Eau Claire Memorial 6-0 early on.
Superior still looking for their first win of the season and in conference. Drought will take it, breaks the tackle at the 10, inside the 5, gets taken down right near the goal line. He's about a yard short, but a great run there after initial contact by Jack Drought will move the chains, give the Mustangs a 1st and goal at the 1, thanks to Schuler Insurance.
Chad, is it just me or does Jack Drought look a lot quicker tonight? A lot more power, just a lot healthier.
You said it earlier in this broadcast. You're right, Joe. I mean, he definitely looks like he's got a little bit more pop in his step. Obviously, with that ankle injury, I think he's, if he's not 100%, he's awfully close. Schaefer hit right when he got it. He actually might lose a yard or 2. He either loses 2 yards down back to the 3. So a big loss there on 1st down at the 1 for the Mustangs. And they have a 2nd and goal now from the 3, but yeah, it's nice to see Jack Drought, appearing to be more of 100% at the moment. And you get Schaefer, who has been, arguably one of the best backs in the VRC, and then a healthy Drought. You got 2 guys that can really do some things in the backfield for the Mustangs.
Well, just over 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Mustangs have a chance to tie this thing up. 2nd and goal.
Shotgun look here for Schaefer. He's going to go to Drought out of the backfield, and he can't catch it. That was a great design play. Nobody picked up Drought out of the backfield, and that's who he was looking for pretty much right away. All the receivers ran the other way to take out any defenders, and a golden opportunity missed there by the Mustangs. It'll be 3rd and goal now.
Beautiful throw there by Brady Johnson. Jack just wasn't able to grab the handle on it. He tried about 4 different times and just wasn't able to grab it.
Back to that tight look here. Schaefer trying to get the end zone on the corner. That'll be a penalty. He is in the end zone, however, but I don't think that will stand, as we do have a flag on the field right at the point kind of where a holding would be called, and that's
sure enough,
just as I suspected. That will take the Mustangs back. To take that touchdown off the board, and it'll be 3rd and 13, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 13 now for the Mustangs. That'll probably move them back, I think, 10 yards. With 2:48 left in this first quarter.
I think it's from the previous line of scrimmage. I guess we'll have to see. Although the official is kind of holding the spot over there at the 12-yard line. Where are they going to mark this thing back?
Now we'll wait to see here as the officials are on their way back. And
yeah, from the line of scrimmage. You had it right,
so
Chad.
it was a 10-yard penalty. A 3rd and goal now for the Mustangs. And it is a shotgun look. Got some motion here.
Double pass.
A double pass here, it looks like, but nothing there. And coming back the other way is Thornton, and he's going to be taken down for a loss. And Richmond was not fooled on that one. And now Menomoni's in a really tough spot. You got 4th and goal from the 16-yard line, maybe almost the 17. Don't know what kind of leg Ryan Dingwall has to maybe try to at least get some points on the board.
I think he's got enough leg, but I don't know. It looks like they're going to go for it.
They're going to stick with the offense here.
Oh, man. Wasn't it 1st and goal from
the 1? 1st and goal from the 1 to start this inside, or start this set of downs. And, yeah, the Mustangs went the wrong way, unfortunately. A holding penalty took a touchdown off the board, and then that tackle for loss. Johnson looking. He'll hit Barron, or at least try to, overthrows him, and a turnover on downs for the Mustangs. Golden opportunity missed. Mustangs with 2 minutes left here in this first quarter will turn it over on downs for the 2nd time tonight.
Even if Charlie Barron's able to catch the ball there, he's not going to score. I mean, he would have had to break 2 or 3 tackles. That one's got to go into the end zone. You got a tall receiver like Isaac Ellison. You just got to throw it up and give him a chance, especially on 4th down. But again, we got some guys out there that are getting some, their first year of varsity action, and it's a good learning experience. But still only 7-0. Defense did a good job last time, and looks like New Richmond has their senior quarterback out there for this possession.
Yeah, Hitty in there, and number 22, Miles Burke, the running back now. He'll be the lead blocker on Hitty, just right up the middle there. He'll knock over one of the officials on his way to a 1st down as well. Let's hope he is okay. He pops right up as one of those officials. And we're 1st and 10 here for Tigers at the 30. We're under 2 to play here in this first quarter.
I got a chance to watch a little bit of the film against Chippewa Falls, and that's what killed Chippewa, is Hitty running the ball. you work so hard to stop the running back. You try to play tight coverage on the receivers, and then when the quarterback is a threat as well, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
62 carries for 337 yards was Hitty coming into tonight. He'll complete a pass near the top of the screen there for about 3 yards. With the reception was Kretovic, and that'll make it 2nd and 8 here for the Tigers.
Kretovic's a heck of a baseball player, isn't he?
He is.
Nice hitter.
A lot of weapons here on this Tigers offense. It'll be shotgun, no huddle pretty much all night here for the Tigers. They don't throw much else. And a quick pass there knocked away by Thornton. And that'll make it 3rd and long here. Another chance for the Mustangs to get this high-powered Tigers offense off the field. That outside of that one big play they allowed on this opening drive, initially the defense has, I think, done a pretty good job against this powered offense.
Well, 3rd and 8, you don't really expect that they're going to pull the ball and run. It certainly is possible, but you would more likely think they're going to put the ball in the air, and you got to watch for their tight end, George Schrader. He's a good receiver. He's the first guy split off the line of scrimmage here on the near side.
That'll be an empty backfield, 5 wide here for Hitty. Watch out maybe for a quarterback draw here as well. Kind of a wide receiver screen. And near the line of scrimmage, he will get it. And that'll be Kretovic again. Caught it near the line of scrimmage, but that wide receiver screen, he got enough blocks and then fell forward after his initial hit at the 39 to get to the 41 and pick up that first down.
Just not enough aggressiveness from the Mustangs defense on that side of the ball. Good play design by the Tigers. They spread Menomonie out, and they counted on the fact that their receiver would be able to break a tackle or two and pick up the first down. Real short pass, real safe pass, and they got the job done.
Hitty now with Hepner in the backfield. He'll take it right up the middle. Big gainer for him in the Mustangs territory down near the 40. And just as I talked about this Menomonie defense almost getting off the field here quickly on this possession, the Tigers get some big plays and get the momentum offensively going a little bit as we're creeping down to the end of this first quarter. Hits 000s on the scoreboard here in New Richmond. 7-0 Tigers over Mustangs early on. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter after a word from our sponsors. You're watching Mustangs TV.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. We'll begin the second quarter here with the Tigers having a 1st and 10 here in Mustangs territory. That first quarter we saw the Mustangs turn the ball over twice on fourth down conversion attempts, I should say. And also had a touchdown taken off the board. Had a 1st and goal at the 1 yard line. A holding penalty took a touchdown off the board, brought it back, and the Mustangs ended up turning the ball over on downs in the red zone. Weren't able to capitalize. And the defense trying to pick them up here. As Hitty, the quarterback, will hand off. I think that was Hepner with the carry on the counter, but not fooling Isaac Ellison as all, as we've seen him now on the defensive side of the ball for the first time this year. I don't think Ellison, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Ellison has played at all defensively this season, has he?
I think this is the first game we've seen him. I know he's been working on it in practice, and he's a heck of an athlete, so I think just trying to get him on the field more, make some plays.
Yeah, he made a play right there. Mike Stell Insurance tackle for loss, 2nd and 11 here. And Hitty will hand off. No, he'll take it back. Almost with the tackle for loss there is Erickson, but a couple Mustangs there to clean it up, and Hitty with a no gainer. But Max Erickson almost had a 3-yard tackle for loss there.
What are they doing with the PA announcer talking during the game? That's homecoming. They're trying to get in a bunch of announcements, I guess.
Now, you don't normally see that. This would be more of a halftime show, but yeah, having dual information here. Well, we're going to concentrate on the football game. 3rd and 11 here, and before the snap, we're going to have a flag. We'll see who is on here. If it's on New Richmond, that's going to make it 3rd and real long. Already 3rd and long. It is. So it'll make it 3rd and 16 here for New Richmond.
So a pretty good start here to the second quarter for the Mustangs. Just a minute in, and New Richmond's going backwards. They got to get the job done, though.
A very good crowd on hand. Joe, you and I were talking before we went on air here tonight. Got to be 32, 3,500 maybe here in attendance tonight. I mean, it's a packed crowd here on the near side. Not many seats available. Away stands. Got a couple, but not a ton of seats over there as well. Very, very good crowd on hand here at New Richmond tonight. Hitty going deep near side. Does he come down with that? No.
Out of bounds.
They're going to say out of bounds.
What a catch, though.
I think Max Kredovics had that at least initially, but don't know if he came to the ground cleanly. But the official on the near side was waving out of bounds as well. So even if he caught it, it wouldn't have mattered. Good coverage there by Walker Ferguson.
Yeah, it really was good coverage by Ferguson, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So, New Richmond came out, scored on the opening possession of the game, and this Menomonie defense, they've been holding their own. That's really important. Now, if the offense can just get it going, they can put this winning formula together. The Mustangs will get the ball to start the second half.
Anderson, a line drive punt. This time it'll bounce out of bounds at about the 18, but where he was at, the pretty good job there by Anderson that time.
I was just thinking, Chad, he probably hasn't punted much this year, has he?
No.
The way they've scored points.
I had coming into this game Bonneman, one of the field goal kickers, but Anderson, the punter as well. But I think you're right, Joe. When you put up 36 points a game, the punter doesn't see the field a lot, so he hasn't had a lot of in-game practice. That's definitely for sure.
Yeah, he kind of shanked both punts that he's had so far tonight, but that one was, like you said, pretty effective inside the 20.
So Mustangs offense got to go 78 yards to put one in the end zone here. Going to be Schaefer to start. He'll bounce near the line of scrimmage, be taken down for about a 2-yard, maybe 3-yard gain at the most. At the 20-yard line, just outside their own 20 here for the Mustangs. See Goodman checking in. Drought coming in as well here for the Mustangs.
You see those plays up the middle sometimes only go for 2 or 3 yards, but you got to keep pounding. You got to keep giving your big all-conference center, Andrew Schaefer, a chance to push the guy in front of him. Got to keep that defense sucking to the middle and then hit him with the big play.
Straight I formation here in play action. Nice pickup there by Drought, setting up the screen.
Oh, he's got it.
And he'll get it. Lots of room, a lot of green turf in front of him. He'll pick up a 1st down past the 35 and all the way up to the 36-yard line. What great job there by Brady Johnson, too, to hold that ball as long as he did. As that was kind of the right call against a blitz, and it worked out beautifully. Schuler Insurance Agency, 1st down, Mustangs.
Yeah, great job by Brady Johnson getting that ball off. And then Jack Drought, he dropped the touchdown pass on the previous possession. Did a good job reaching down, securing that one before he started picking up yardage. Able to pick up the Schuler Insurance 1st down. So 9 minutes left to go in the half. Mustangs on the move.
A tight look here with Schaefer, the tailback. He'll take it right up the middle, and again, just like the 1st down on the previous set of downs, picks up a couple. Do we have any scores here on our point of beginning out-of-town score with those other Big Rivers games? I think I see them written down there. Eric, our cameraman, helping us get some of those scores.
Yeah, I ran through it once on the ticker. I'll put it out there again. Looks like some of these games are just starting to get some scoring in them. Eau Claire Memorial up 7-6 against Superior. Eau Claire North up 7-6 against Hudson. Chippewa and River Falls tied at 7. Haven't gotten a Brewer score yet. 0-0 bottom of the 2nd inning.
Play action. Johnson will Roll to his right.
Oh,
It's
nice
Barron.
pass.
Nice pass. Barron into Tigers territory and down to the 45. And you're right, Brady Johnson floated that right over the defender. Wasn't bad coverage, just a better pass by Johnson. And another Schuler Insurance first down. Mustangs in Tigers territory, second time tonight.
I was wondering where Brady was going to try to put that one. There really wasn't much of a window, but boy, he saw that little window and he put it right on the money. Nice throw by Brady Johnson. Good catch by Charlie Barron. And Mustangs are now in New Richmond territory.
Schaefer will relieve Drought here on this particular play.
What a difference in styles. You got New Richmond going right to the line of scrimmage. Like Coach said in the interview, pregame interview, not as fast as Hudson, but they're definitely up-tempo. Menomonie not afraid to take their time.
Trying to get outside Schaefer. Nice tackle there, coming up and making the play for the Tigers. Number 8, Abraham Munson, and that's a tackle for loss. Make it 2nd and 12. And I tell this Tigers defense, they only allow, I think it was 13 points per game. And they've made some plays defensively where Menomonie, you always that first down, you don't want negative plays. Well, New Richmond's made some plays defensively that has put Menomonie in 2nd and longs a couple times. Not a lot of teams have made tackles on Schaefer as well as we were seeing tonight.
No, and they have New Richmond has real good athletes up front, but that's just a lack of assignment discipline there. Looks like we might have had a false start, but they missed it.
Setting up a screen here again. That one, it was a little tight end screen for Thornton, but New Richmond picked it up, recognized it, defended it well in a 3rd and long Mustangs.
Really like the idea of a screen, but it's almost like Menomonie's trying to sell it a little bit too much. We've kind of seen that throughout the season. You want your quarterback to draw the defense, but boy, you usually don't see him back 10 yards right at the snap of the ball. You got to slow up the guys a little bit, or if you're going to let them through as quick as that, your receivers got to be ready for the ball. And Brody was selling the blocking, and really he probably needed to be looking for the pass. Just timing was off a little bit.
Well, in this 3rd and 13, I think the Mustangs pick up 6 or 8 here. Going to be 4 down territory. They got lucky. A defensive penalty is going to give them 5 yards as number 15 here for the Tigers. Bonneman just kind of was sneaking up the line. He crossed it. This isn't the NFL. Once you cross that line in high school football, it's an automatic penalty here in encroachment. No time to get back. It's a whistle and makes it a 3rd and 8 here. Mustangs much more comfortable now.
Yeah, and like you said, Chad, I think if you get some positive yardage here, you're in 4 down territory. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the half. Be sure nice to hold on to this ball a little bit longer and tie this thing up.
That's going to be a Schaefer run nowhere. He lost 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and 10. And, yeah, you're right. That was the plan right there. They were trying to pick up 3, 4, 5 yards, make it a very manageable 4th down. It did not work. The Tigers defense, they've just had a lot of negative plays here for the Mustangs.
Boy, you got to punt this one, don't you?
Find out, maybe try to.
I think you're going to see a timeout here.
Could be a quick kick, too.
You're going to see a timeout here. I can almost assure it.
6 minutes left here in this first half. Menomonie still has 3 timeouts, and they are going to use one of them right now. And so, I was thinking time there from head coach Mike Sins. We'll take a break here as well. 6 minutes remain exactly here from New Richmond. 7-0 Tigers over the Mustangs. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Mustangs TV. Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. 4th and 10 upcoming here for the Mustangs. They are on the New Richmond 45-yard line. And head coach Mike, since he had his offense out on the field, he took a timeout. We'll see if the offense comes back out for this 4th and 10, or they elect to punt it away here and try to maybe pin New Richmond deep. Nope. Get your gambling shoes on. Mustangs gambling here. Rolling the dice. 4th and 10 here with the Mustangs trying to get it. Brady Johnson going deep there to Thornton. Had him, overthrew him. Turnover on downs the 3rd time tonight. The Mustangs have not converted a 4th down, but had him, just didn't execute there, Joe.
Boy, Chad, I don't know. I understand the thinking that you're going against a high-powered offense, but with the ball pretty close to midfield and about 6 minutes left on the clock here in the half, boy, you're putting a lot of pressure on your defense. It's only 7-0. It's not like you're already down a couple scores, but what's done is done, and now it's up to the defense. They've been had their backs against the wall a couple times tonight, but they've answered each time.
And we see Stelrek in as quarterback now for the Tigers. So they are rotating quite frequently. Here are New Richmond at the quarterback position. And he will hand it off to Burke. A missed tackle there in the backfield. And almost another missed tackle, but a nice job by Schaefer to kind of stay with him. He had originally kind of got Schaefer off when he tried to tackle him near the chest, but Schaefer went down, grabbed his legs, and took him down for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, just an excellent job by Steele finishing the play. A lot of times you see that initial thud, and then, that's it, and the guy breaks the tackle, but Steele just a lot of heart on that one.
So Burke now offset to the left to Stelrek. He'll take it again right up the middle, breaks the tackle into Menomonie territory. 1st down to the 37-yard line. And New Richmond, they've had that play right up the middle, either with the quarterback or the running back with, 10-yard gainers probably 3-4 times here tonight.
Well, they've pulled the ball and thrown it to the tight end or the slot guy a couple times, and that's holding that outside linebacker instead of crashing down. And Isaac Ellison was just a step late, probably because he was holding his ground with the play-action pass action.
So Burke will take it right up the middle again. He'll be hit, I should say, at the 35, falls forward to the 34. A couple Mustangs in on the tackle, Cage Sorensen being one of them.
Mustangs got to get some push from their guys up front. I see they got Andrew Schaefer now at nose tackle. Max Erickson on the line here on the near side. Actually, it looks like they have, I can't see on the other side right now.
Reed Sigelski on the other side as a defensive end. 4:20 remaining in this first half. It'll be Stelrek. Schaefer's got him for a Mike Sell Insurance sack. What a great play defensively there by Schaefer. Almost a 10-yard loss. That'll make it 3rd and about 14.
And I don't know if Steele gambled or if that was just his responsibility on the play, but whatever, it was a terrific result. And again, the Mustangs defense giving themselves a chance to get off the field. Now with the ball over midfield, kind of like the last possession for Menomonie, if New Richmond picks up some yardage here, Chad, they're probably looking at 4 downs.
Yeah, 3:45 remains here. New Richmond, depending on what happens in this play, with this limited time left in this first half, they'd be pretty aggressive here to go for it unless it's 4th and, say under 2 or 3 yards. But you get a 4th and 8, the 4th and 10, a 4th and 15 here. And New Richmond's going to think about this play. They're going to use their last time out of this half. 3:29 remains in this first half. Tigers lead the Mustangs by a touchdown. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Mustangs TV.
September is College Savings Month. Whether you're a new parent or your child's already off to high school, it's a good time to think about the future. Next to retirement planning, paying for your children's education could be the largest expense your family will bear. Dairy State Bank offers a variety of savings accounts, as well as other options that may offer greater return, but with more risk. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Chad Sutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. High-powered New Richmond Tigers offense has been held in check here tonight by this Menomonie defense, allowed just 7 points so far, and they've pinned the Tigers back into a 3rd and 15 here on the Mustangs' 43-yard line. Empty backfield here for Stelrek's got a bunch of time to throw. Intercepted A Siri Benrud photography turnover on the interception. Is Steele Schaefer making plays. He just had a huge sack on the play before. Now an interception. Boy, talk about a kid stepping up on the defensive end and making plays. Wow.
2 plays, like you said, back-to-back by their senior captain, Steele Schaefer. And, again, that was another coverage play for the defense. They really didn't get much pressure. And we saw that's kind of opposite what we saw last week against North. Mustangs were blitzing nonstop on those third downs. Here, they've been playing more coverage. Good call by defensive coordinator Drew Price. 1st and 10 Mustangs with 3:22 to go in the half. They could go tie this thing up.
Here comes the offense here for the Mustangs. They're going to go shotgun right away. Mustangs still have 2 timeouts left in this first half. And 3:22, plenty of time here. Don't have to hustle too much. That's going to be Jack Trout right away, and he'll get hit just past the line of scrimmage, couple yards on that first down.
I like the thinking on that, though. The Mustangs spread them out, and then they tried to run it up the middle. Last couple possessions, they've been running 2 tight ends trying to run up the middle with no success. And that time, Jack was 1 broken tackle away from getting some big yardage. Good play design there by the Menomonie offense.
4 receivers with Schaefer in the backfield, 2 split on each side here for Johnson. Under 3 to go now. In this first half, Johnson's going to look left and almost caught there by Goodman right through his hand. Good coverage there by Will Hepner. Made it a tough catch there for Brady Goodman, but I'm guessing he's thinking that's one he should have got.
I was just thinking the same thing. That would have been a tough catch and a really great catch, but I think if you ask Brady, that's one that he said he should have caught.
So a 3rd and 8 here, 2:39 remaining in this first half. Jack Trout will come in with the play late here.
See, that incompletion also stops the clock, so there's still 2 minutes and 39 seconds left. New Richmond does not have any timeouts. The Mustangs can convert here. They still have a couple timeouts. They could still try to get something done here. What you don't want to do is give the Tigers the ball with an opportunity to score before halftime.
Yeah, and we're getting close to that. Play clock was running down. Head coach Mike Sins uses his 2nd timeout of the half. Big play upcoming. He'll think about it. We'll take 30 seconds here on Mustangs TV. Be back right after this. Chad Zoder, Joe Zadowski coming back with you here from New Richmond. We have 2:39 remaining here in this first half. A big 3rd and 8 upcoming here for the Mustangs on their own 33-yard line. Johnson will take the snap. Got some pressure. Throws a ball far side to Trout. Just let him a bit too much. Had him. But the incompletion will bring up a punting situation here for the Mustangs. 2:33 remains.
So they tried to run the back out of the backfield, and I get that, but boy, you got 3 really good tall receivers with Thornton and Ellison and Goodman. You also have a really good receiving tight end, Charlie Barron. Jack Drout's a really good athlete. I wouldn't say that going out on passes is probably his strength. Not a real big target either, but 2:33, New Richmond's going to get the ball back.
Ryan Dingwall will be back in this week to punt. We saw him not available last week to punt, but he is healthy this week. And so the Mustangs will kick it away, and Dingwall kind of shanks it. Kind of a backed up ball that will drop right near the midfield, picked up there by Nick Sheff at the New Richmond 46-yard line. They don't have any timeouts left, good point, but there's still quite a bit of time left here with 2:24, and how well and how quick New Richmond runs their offense. I don't think their coach is too worried that they don't have any timeouts left.
No, and the Mustangs had a chance to really bleed the clock. They ran a pass on 2nd down, they ran a pass on 3rd down. In both situations, the clock stopped on the incompletion, and that's going to give the Tigers a nice opportunity here to try to put one on the board before the half.
Reese Hitty now back in quarterback on this series. He'll take it right up the middle. Shimmies through a defender, and he's got open field into Mustangs territory. Big gainer right outside to the red zone. And you saw Brody Thornton come away with the football. He thought he stripped it right away from him going to the ground, but the officials saying Hitty was down. And a big play has got New Richmond with, again, not a problem with the clock. There's 2:13 left here. They're in no rush at all after that big gainer.
I did notice that Hitty kind of runs with that ball away from his body. He might be able to strip it.
To Burke outside this time. Ferguson will make a nice tackle out top there, and there will be a flag on the play. And again, that's right in the area of holding potentially, so that could send New Richmond back 10 here. We'll wait to see the call.
Mustangs could use a break. Their defense has really had to be out there in a lot of high-pressure situations.
I'm going to say illegal procedure against New Richmond, so that will send them back not 10 yards, but it'll move them back 5 yards. Reset the down. It'll be 1st and 15 here for the Tigers.
So a minute 58 to go here. Still plenty of time for New Richmond to dial up whatever they want to try to do.
The officials are getting together here. There was no whistle on that flag. So the play played through, but you don't lose the down there, so it'll stay first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, usually on a pre-snap penalty, you would see him stop the play.
Yeah, I thought it could maybe even been a legal formation potentially, but yeah, you're right. Usually that is stop, but officials going to roll the clock here with 1:55 coming out of this penalty in a tight formation here. First time we've seen this look here from New Richmond. Nobody really split out except the guy up top there, and he's not even off the line that much. Hitty rolling to his left, tries to hit the receiver, does. What a nice pass and catch. That one caught by Eckert. And near a first down. We'll wait to see the spot. I think they're just short. Officials will mark second down, so it'll be second and less than a yard here, and 1:28 and ticking left here for the Tigers.
Boy, some sort of sack or tackle for a loss would really be good here. Keep that clock moving, put some pressure on New Richmond.
They'll call for the snap. They'll get it, give it to Burke up the middle. Burke will pick up the first down. The clock will stop with 1:10 remaining to move those chains, and then the clock will begin moving here as New Richmond just outside the 10-yard line.
So it doesn't look like they can get another first down. They're not setting the chains up to be first and goal.
First and goal from the 10. We just went under a minute to play here in this first half. Hitty looking.
There it is.
A sack in the backfield by Max Erickson, but there is a flag up top that will stop the clock.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. What a break for the Tigers.
And the area of potential, out in the defensive backfield, that could be a defensive penalty. We'll wait to see the call. Otherwise, it's a Mike Sell Insurance sack. Oh, good luck there for the Mustangs. It's going to be holding on New Richmond. So now head coach Mike Sins, he's going to talk to the officials and see his options. You know, you're going to send them back and lose the down, but is it more important to send them even farther back?
Oh, yeah, you got to take the penalty there, I would think.
And that's what head coach Mike Sins is talking about. It's either going to be second and goal from about the 15, or I think it'd be first and goal maybe near the 20 for New Richmond. And time at 51 seconds left.
That's the unfortunate thing about it. I think the Mustangs would have rather just had the play on and let that clock keep winding down.
Correct. That would have been ideal, but head coach Mike Sins making the decision here. We're still waiting to see. So he did take the penalty according to where they're going, because that ball is going to not be spotted where Erickson got the sack. It'll be spotted at the 20. It'll still be first down. The clock will wind here on the official's whistle, and now it's going. It should be going. It's at 51. It's not. Oh, correction. It will not go until the ball is snapped, and there it goes. Hitty.
Uh-oh.
Up top. He's got him open. Touchdown. That's Schroeder again. He's caught both touchdowns. Correction. That's Eckert with the 20-yard touchdown reception. 45 seconds remain first half.
Yeah, I think that was Hayden Weir over there playing corner for Menomonie, and he bit on the out, and then the receiver went up, able to get some separation, and that's a nice play there by the Tigers.
A very, very big play here for the Tigers with 45 seconds left. Bonneman trying to make it 14-0. Good snap, swing of the right leg, and he does. It's 14-0 Tigers with 45 seconds left. First half. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Mustangs TV.
Look, team approach to managing your finances. With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. Tigers have dented the scoreboard a couple times here tonight. It's 14-0 after that 20-yard patch from Hitty to Eckert. 45 seconds remain here in this first half. And the Mustangs, Goodman will take it at the 15. Breaks one tackle and will fall forward to about the 26-yard line. And that's where the Mustangs will start. They have one timeout left through the Mustangs. There's 38.3 seconds left. We'll see what the Mustangs do, if anything, here offensively. They will get the ball to start the second half.
I think you just got to take a knee here, Chad. You only got one timeout left. And
maybe a handoff to see if you bust a 20, 30-yard run potentially, but we'll see. A knee is not out of the realm here. Just kind of go to the locker room and be ready. But they're going to go shotgun here to look. 3 receivers, 2 up top, 1 to your bottom of your screen. Drought offset to the left of Johnson. Johnson looking to throw. He'll fire an out up top to Goodman. Picks up 12, gets out of bounds. Clock stopped at 33 seconds. That's a good first play there. Schuler Insurance move of the chains.
Well,
Mustangs, there you go.
This team has shown the ability to get down the field quickly. You just hate to make a mistake. You're still in this game, 14-0. You get the ball to start the second half.
Just past the 8 o'clock hour here on Mustangs TV. Johnson looking outside. Hits Thornton, and he'll pick up about 8 near midfield, past the 45 to the 46. That'll make it 2nd and 3 here. 28 seconds remain. If you could get in the area of maybe 30, 40-yard line here and have a chance to maybe run a couple plays into the end zone, that would be ideal here. And you still have a timeout left, so you can go over the middle here if you need to. Johnson looking out wide open is Goodman. He was uncovered past the 40 down to the 39, and 21 seconds left. Mustangs, they're doing something here that trying to get points before half. I mean, you talk about that double dip opportunity. We talked about it all throughout the season. This would be one for the ages right here.
Oh, it really would be. I thought for sure they would just take a knee, but New Richmond just really dropping back in coverage, and Brady Johnson just picking them apart right now. Now, they still have 39 yards to go, but still 21.7 seconds, still have a timeout left. You can do whatever you want here.
You got the whole field right now, that's correct. Johnson looking out top. Oh, almost intercepted there. Jumping that route was one of the defenders, that being number 8 for the Tigers, Munson. And, that would have been, if it was a little out and up, 7 points.
I was just thinking the same thing, Chad. And, the offensive line's giving Brady Johnson some time here. You could run a double move like that.
17.6 remaining in this first half. 2nd and 10 here for the Mustangs. We still do have a timeout. There's that out and up we just talked about. Goes up to third. He's got it at the 8.
What a play.
Catch. Mustangs can run it now if they want to with 10 seconds left. They have a timeout. They could use Steele Schaefer. Jack Trout here in the backfield is not out of the option at all. But we'll see what they do here with 10 seconds.
Didn't the Mustangs start this drive with about 49 seconds?
38.3.
Unbelievable.
This has been impressive here on this last drive of this first half. And you got to think maybe even if what happens on this play, would you even take 3 from the right leg of Ryan Dingwall at this point? We'll see.
Watch for Ellison in the top corner.
Now you got to take a timeout immediately, and the Mustangs do with 5.4. With Johnson sacked there at the 15, make it the 20-yard line. That's the one thing that could not happen in that situation.
Nope, as good of a drive as that was, that's the one play you just can't afford to happen. Just totally limits your options now.
Yeah, I mean, if that's just a run up the middle for no gain, you might, okay, let's maybe try to get 3 yards. We'll keep it here for this timeout, kind of talk of these options. But, I mean, what a drive here by the Mustangs. 38.3 seconds to go into this half. We're coming out of this, they're just going to maybe take a knee, maybe run it up the middle once and maybe go to halftime. They move the ball all the way down to the 8-yard line in what was that, 28 seconds?
Yeah.
Very impressive here offensively in this 2-minute drill. But that sack just moments ago is put them in a tough spot here. You know, this would be a 37-yard field goal. I don't know if Dingwall has the leg for that. Doesn't appear that they have the field goal unit there on the sideline, so I think they're going to stick with the offense here. But, you know, you look at that last play, Joe, if it was just an incomplete pass, there's 4 seconds left. You know, a 25, 28-yard field goal, is that doable by Ryan Dingwall? I think it's more likely.
Well, and as the quarterback, again, Brady Johnson, his first year as the starting quarterback, he's seeing a lot of things here for the first time, although we're 2/3 the way through the season. But New Richmond brought pressure that time, and he just didn't recognize it at all. But got Isaac Ellison all by himself down here on the near side. See if he goes to him. He does.
He is. He's going to go to Ellison. Jump ball off his hands, and that is halftime, folks. Mustangs made a valiant effort to put points up on the board here before halftime. Unsuccessful. You got to be happy going into halftime, at least, though, that how well you moved the ball down the field there on that last drive. Hopefully it gives the Mustangs some confidence coming out of the locker room. They also get the ball to start the second half, but as you see on your scoreboard, Tigers won that first half 14-0. We'll be back in a couple minutes with the halftime show here on Mustangs TV.
I can count.
On West
Wisconsin Credit Union.
Now, Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin. Read it.
Wisconsin's.
I can't say it like she can say it.
I lost my words.
Let me just say it in my head one time.
I struggle with this part.
Why is this so hard?
Hard to say, but easy to do business with. Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin Credit.
Sorry, we have to start all over.
Good material here.
TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs, family owned since 1978. TMS Tire and Auto has 3 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
September is College Savings Month. Whether you're a new parent or your child's already off to high school, it's a good time to think about the future. Next to retirement planning, paying for your children's education could be the largest expense your family will bear. Dairy State Bank offers a variety of savings accounts, as well as other options that may offer greater return, but with more risk. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Be wise, seek eyes for the best buys. Huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, including Camaros, Corvettes, and the best selection of Silverados in western Wisconsin. Our award-winning team offers the best customer service and certified technicians. Check out the all-new ChevyTownUSA.com and look for Be Wise pricing on the entire inventory. Find new roads and take the short drive to I-94 and Highway 25 in Menomonie, or anytime at ChevyTownUSA.com.
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond here at halftime. It's 14-0. The Tigers over the Mustangs at the moment. And obviously our TMS Tire and Wisconsin Credit Union halftime show. Big thanks to our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. One of many, or two I should say, of many of our great sponsors here. And our halftime guest tonight will be Joe Zadowski, our color man here, and I know we're going to get to upcoming events here as well, Joe, but let's talk a little bit about the Menomonie School District and kind of, I guess, let everybody know what's going on in the Menomonie School District at the moment.
I'll tell you what, Chad, it's been a great first month of the school year. Hard to believe the calendar's going to flip to October. You know, it just goes so quick once the kids are back in school, but the amount of success that our students are having at all levels is just super impressive. And when I talk about student success, I'm certainly not just talking about on the football field, on the tennis court, on the volleyball court, on the golf course, whatever it might be. I'm also talking about in the classroom. I'm talking about all the different clubs, the band, the choir, everything that's going on. There is something for everyone in the school district of the Menomonie area, and just couldn't be more proud. Homecoming last week, Chad, you know, we got to see it up in the press box at the football game. But that parade, I think, was probably the most well-attended parade that I've seen in my 10 years here. Also followed that up with a concert by Chris Cruzy over in Wilson Park. There wasn't even any green space left to try to sit. It was just absolutely packed, just a great time, real festive atmosphere. And then certainly the game Friday night was terrific as well. But, yeah, just off to a really good start.
Yeah, I know the other thing, obviously you spearheaded a lot of this, what we're doing right now, this Mustangs TV live stream. You worked last year with Perry Mirren, the athletic director, to kind of get this initially going during the basketball season last year, and even did some spring sports last year. And this has been a nice thing to do. I hope all the people that tune in, I hope they get what they want from this, as scores and updates and commentary. And then it's not just football, like you said, covering volleyball, covering basically anything at either the sports complex or the gym that takes place at all levels. Sophomore football, varsity boys soccer, in the fall here. It'll be girls soccer in the spring. So all those events with this Mustangs TV, it's nice that we get cover that people can tune in and watch all these events that maybe they can't make.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chad, it's really been an organized process in the school district for getting input from the community and then setting goals and then accomplishing those goals. And that really has been a formula for success. The school district did a strategic plan. It was pre-COVID, but through that strategic planning process, we were able to identify different areas and 5 different pillars, anywhere from student success to, facilities and operations, our wonderful staff, family connections. I mean, there's all sorts of different parts of the strategic plan. And then every year, it's not just a strategic plan that sits up on a shelf. Every year, the board and the administration, along with input from the staff, we take that strategic plan and then we set deliverable goals for each school year. And that's really where the document stays alive. That's where we maintain tight alignment with the needs and expectations of the community. And this live stream would be an example of that, in terms of connecting with the community and providing people with a service. Certainly the technology has changed a lot in the last few years, and we've taken advantage of that as a school district. But I'll tell you what, Chad, there's a lot more work to do. Right now the school board is really getting into budgeting season. The budget really is a full year process, and it basically starts the first day after the previous year budget is approved. And it goes through a preliminary budget process in the summer. We have the annual meeting, which we did in August, and had real nice attendance at the annual meeting. The challenge is that you really don't know what many of your numbers are going to be until you get into the school year. And then that's one of the most challenging parts for superintendents and business managers of public schools in Wisconsin is, you don't even get your enrollment count until the third Friday in September, which we just passed that. Enrollment in the school district, pretty stable, maybe a tick down, a little bit smaller numbers in 4-year-old kindergarten and 5-year-old kindergarten. The property assessments, finding out how much property valuation in the district, that'll be certified in October. Also our state aid certification, that'll be coming up in October. And by the end of the month in October, the school board will set the final budget for the year, and then also, the school tax levy. Now, what's really different is that we're coming on the edge of, or the expiration of, COVID funding for the school district. And certainly the federal pandemic funding was very important. And, the way Wisconsin chose to handle that is, the dollars that were sent to public schools were, we were told by the state essentially that that's the money you're going to operate on for 2 years. So for the past 2 years, we've really had no new money from the state. And that was fine, but now there's a fiscal cliff. The federal money's expired. We are in a new state biennial budget. And we certainly appreciate that funding for schools was a priority in the budget, but it wasn't enough. And certainly there's never enough money for anything. Everyone would always like to have more, but the fact of the matter is that the new funding for the next 2 years, this year and next year, just doesn't add up. It doesn't replace the federal pandemic funding. It doesn't account for high inflation. It was 8% inflation last year. That's 4 or 5 times more than what you typically would see. And for a school district to operate with the staff, with all the equipment, with all the services that we provide, it just isn't feasible. So our school board is working really hard. Great group of people that, really they just want to make sure that our schools can continue to provide services to students that allow them to be successful. And there's going to be a lot of difficult decisions that have to be made over the next several weeks. We've been studying it real hard, taking a look at the funding, looking at our revenue per student. And what's really interesting to me is that when the revenue caps came in the early 90s, the idea was that the revenue limit, or how much schools were able to generate in revenue, either through state aid or the local tax levy, had been indexed to inflation. And it was indexed for about a little over a decade, maybe 15 years or something. And since then, it just really hasn't kept up with inflation. And now with inflation being so high the last few years, schools like Menomonie have really seen their funding not keep up. So to think about that, I graduated in 1995. I don't know what year you graduated, but, a lot of us, we think of schools in a certain realm from when we were there. But now to think that that same dollar is, that funding isn't at that level that we even had when we were kids, that's problematic. So, right now the school board is looking at what options are available. I think it's over 800 and something schools have already gone to referendum for operating, which allows you to get additional revenue limit authority from the voters. And I think that's probably something that Menomonie is going to have to consider. And I don't think the board is looking at doing anything that's extravagant. Some school districts, not only are they spending above the inflation index, but they're spending above the state average. I think if Menomonie could just get up to that inflationary index of where that revenue limit should be, had it been indexed to inflation, I think we can make it work and make it work pretty well. So I know that was kind of a lot. It's a lot to digest. We are going to be sharing a lot of information with the community over the next couple weeks. There also will be a community survey coming out in the middle of October because whatever we do, we want to make sure it aligns with the needs and expectations of the community. So the board is going to take that information from the survey in October. They're going to, review the information and really try to decide what the best plan is moving forward. Unfortunately, the ends have to meet, which means either you're going to increase your revenue And the only way we can do that is through referendum, the only legitimate way that would provide enough funding. Or you have to look at making budget cuts. And, you know, we run a pretty lean ship in the school district. You know, I'm not saying that everyone's going to agree with every single purchase or every single program that we might have. But at the end of the day, we run a pretty lean ship. So when we start talking about cutting, you're talking about eliminating opportunities for kids. And, you know, that's something I don't think anybody wants to see happen. But it's going to be the will of the taxpayers, the will of the residents that end up deciding how our schools are going to operate moving forward.
Yeah, sponsors, I know, for at least helping with the broadcast here, that makes it a little more easy financially for sponsors. Big reason we can do this is that sponsorship money to pay for equipment, pay for the cost of travel, cost of labor, all those kind of things. So nice to have those sponsors on board to help with those costs as well. And I know I think we have an upcoming events tab as well, so we're going to go over kind of the upcoming events here for the Mustangs coming up next week. The football team actually will be at home next week, I believe, against River Falls, correct? Yes, against River Falls. That'll end that week, but we got a whole slate of stuff before that, as you see on your screen here. And, Joe, if you want to run down kind of what we have coming up here for next week, like when school starts, it's never a slow week. It's always busy, right?
It is, and I don't know how Mr. Drake and Mr. Harmon and Miss Guyan Holloway, I don't know how they do it, and Mrs. Momsen, I mean, those principals, they're at the school, you know, early in the morning, and you'll see at least one of them at every single event that we have, and it is. And these are just the sporting events. You know, it's going to get into concert season coming up here. Our staff members do a great job working between the departments and trying to schedule things so that kids can be in multiple activities. You know, it's really unfortunate that we can't do everything that way, but I know that particularly with music and with sports, they really try to do a good job of scheduling the concerts on an evening where, you know, it's not going to conflict with stuff, so it's not putting as much pressure on the kids and families. But, yeah, you can see here, you know, this is just the high school. You know, there's also middle school events going on. The elementary schools, they have a ton of stuff going on there as well, and it's really an exciting time. You know, I'm really looking forward to the play that's going to be happening at the high school as well in November. The middle school, they're going to be having their play at the Mabel Tainter Theater, which is just a terrific opportunity to get in a very historic building in our community. So, again, there's something for everyone, and if community members would like any more information about any of that, they certainly can contact the school or the district office, and we can help facilitate that. But, yeah, you look at it, it's hard to believe these fall seasons are really starting to wind down. I know tennis had their conference meet here this last week. Girls golf is really about done, and volleyball is getting towards the end of their season, as is soccer. So what is this, week 6 in the football season?
Week 7, actually.
It's week
7,
See,
yes.
Can't even keep
Richmond
up
6-0 and Menomonie 5-1 coming into tonight. So yeah, it's been it's always fun here this time of year. Obviously, get to the end of the football season. Weather-wise, it's nice tonight. Going to be nice through the week, but next Friday, according to the extended forecast, it's going to feel like football weather big time. Going to be in the 50s and 60s according to some of the extended forecasts in the area you see. So still t-shirt weather here tonight, maybe even shorts if you're really hot-blooded. But next week you're going to have some pants and you're going to have some sweatshirts and some people maybe even some heavy coats here at the end of the game here and next week here as far as Friday night lights. For now, we are going to take a break here, and we'll come back with kind of a recap of that first half and kind of give our out-of-town scoreboard, which has been up throughout this halftime show a little bit here at Part of the Beginning. Out-of-time scoreboard. We'll get some halftime scores as well. But for now, let's do some commercials, and we'll be back on Mustangs TV right after this.
I can count.
On West
Wisconsin Credit Union.
Now, Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin. Read it.
Wisconsin's.
I can't say it like she can say it.
I lost my words.
Let me just say it in my head one time.
I struggle with this part.
Why is this so hard?
Hard to say, but easy to do business with. Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin Credit.
Sorry, we have to start all over.
Good material here.
TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs, family owned since 1978. TMS Tire and Auto has 3 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
Be wise, seek eyes for the best buys. Huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, including Camaros, Corvettes, and the best selection of Silverados in western Wisconsin. Our award-winning team offers the best customer service and certified technicians. Check out the all-new ChevyTownUSA.com and look for BY's pricing on the entire inventory. Find new roads and take the short drive to I-94 and Highway 25 in Menomonie or anytime at ChevyTownUSA.com.
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. We are at halftime. It's 14-0. The Tigers over the Mustangs at the moment. And, Joe, I know you got another announcement here for a big senior lock-in fundraiser, so let's go over that one.
Yeah, Chad, I know we've announced this the last several weeks, and this will be the last time you hear it on one of our broadcasts. But the parents of the Menomonie class of 2024, they're going to be hosting a senior lock-in fundraiser, and this fundraiser is going to help fund the senior lock-in that occurs the night of graduation. It's a great, safe, and fun opportunity for the seniors as they graduate, and it's just a terrific event. Every student that participates walks away with a really nice prize and just kind of a nice way to send them on their way. But the details, again, it's next Friday from 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock p.m. out at Coyote's Den, and it's going to be a fish fry buffet. There'll be a soup and salad bar, $15 for adults. It'll be $10 for kids under 7 and seniors over 62 years old. There'll be a 50-50 raffle. There'll be a live stream of the football game. We'll have to make sure we give them a shout-out, Chad.
Well, they'll definitely be our listeners of the game that night.
There you go.
No question.
And certainly a lot of food, friends, and fun. So if you're not going to come out to Williams Stadium next Friday, maybe you want to head over to Coyotes and have a fish fry buffet, or maybe eat some fish and then come to the game and enjoy watching the Mustangs play River Falls next week.
And we'll get some time here to go over kind of how we recap that first half. As you see on your screen here, 14-0, the Tigers over the Mustangs at the moment. There's going to be striking triple zeros here on the scoreboard for halftime here, but they will put up another 3 minutes, so we'll have some time here before we kick off in this second half. We'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard here shortly as well, but let's recap this game. New Richmond came out, opening drive, a 52-yard big score here from from Hitty to Schrader. That was 7-0. Less than 2 minutes into the game, New Richmond put points on the board early. They led 7-0. A lot of back and forth after that. Menomonie defense made the punter come out a couple times for New Richmond. They had a turnover on interception by Steele Schaefer. Menomonie defense played pretty well most of that first half. Menomonie offense had a chance on a drive, got in the red zone, got a 1st and goal at the 1 after a nice about 18-yard run by Jack Drought. A penalty took a touchdown off the board. Jack Drought dropped the touchdown in the end zone, a golden opportunity for the Mustangs to tie it up there. That was, I think, late first quarter, early second quarter, if I remember right, Joe. You're going to ask any coach on the coaching staff for the Menomonie Mustangs, they'll say, no question, a very, very big missed opportunity to put points on the board. You got a 1st and goal at the 1. Not too often you get 0 in that scenario. And Mustangs coaching staff, I'm sure, had a lengthy talk with the players about, taking advantage of that opportunity at halftime. We got late in that first half, on a 1st and goal from the 20. Eckert, a 20-yard touchdown pass from Hitty with just 45 seconds left. PAT by Bonneman was good. It was 14-0 New Richmond. We thought maybe, Tigers or Menomonie will just take a knee. They'll go to half. Nope. The Mustangs, they got all the way down to the 8-yard line, had an opportunity with 10 seconds left to maybe get a couple plays in the end zone, try to score. A big sack by New Richmond. put them back to the 20. 5.5 seconds left. One throw up to Ellison. He wasn't able to come down with it in double coverage. Menomonie went to the halftime. I believe, Joe, this is the first time Menomonie has been shut out in the first half this season. I don't remember that happening. Am I correct on that one?
I think so, Chad. I don't have it in front of me, but I think you're right.
I can't remember another half where they've been shut out, at least the first half anyways.
Against a good team, it's really difficult when you don't get it done, and the offense certainly had the opportunity to get it done, and then New Richmond towards the end of the half, the defense had an opportunity to get it done and keep it 7-0. So this game could be 0-0, it could be 7-7. Instead it's 14-0, but the Mustangs will get the ball. This thing's long from over.
And I know you got your point of beginning out of town scoreboard here. Our cameraman, Eric Zadalski, going to give us our point of beginning Big Rivers Conference scores. Go ahead, Eric. Give us some updates.
All right, so first score we have is Superior traveled to Carson Park, and they are losing to Memorial 9-14. Hudson and Eau Claire North have a showdown. Hudson is winning that 23-7. Chippewa Falls at River Falls. The score is 7-14 River Falls. And Carlos Santana just tripled the deep right to make it Brewers 3, Cubs 0.
And what inning is that, Eric, in the Brewers-Cubs game?
Bottom of the fifth.
Bottom of the fifth. All right. Yeah, that last series here in the MLB wraps up this weekend, Brewers and Cubs. And the Cubs still have a chance, Joe? Or are they out of it?
Oh, they definitely have a chance. Okay. I think they're going to have to probably, they're losing now in this one. They're probably going to have to win 3 here and hope they get some help. But, yeah, I'd say the chances for the Cubs are
slim.
They're slim.
Yeah. They're slim.
They're slim to none, and Slim might be walking out of American Family Field here tonight.
Yeah, Brewers, they clinched this last week. That's always fun. Brewers postseason baseball right around the corner, but we got Friday Night Lights. We're going to get back on the train on that one, and the Mustangs here just about hit 8:30 on your watch, and we're ready to go over this second half. Mustangs see if they can put the points on the board here to begin this second half. Upback Johnson will take it, 25 up to the 30. He'll be taken down right there. Mustangs 1st and 10.
Again, Chad, this game is far from over, but it is important the Mustangs come out and build some momentum. They've had a couple really good opportunities on this homecoming night here in New Richmond to really take the air out of the stadium. If they score that touchdown in the early part of the game, if they hold the Tigers after the one big play, it's a different story. But, again, it's only 14-0, but you have to come out and establish some success. You got to move the ball, and you got to keep that offense off the field for New Richmond. And they're coming out double tight ends. They're going to try to run it right at him, it looks like.
Schaefer, the tailback. He'll take the pitch short side of the field. Nice job of waiting for his blockers and picks up about 4 yards there to get near the 35. Our listener of the game here tonight, assistant baseball coach Jeff Abbott, back at Menomonie here. He was going to maybe make the trip, but decided to stay home and tune into the live stream. So we'll call him the listener of the game tonight. Jeff Abbott, assistant baseball coach here for Menomonie, watching some of those baseball players out on the football field here tonight.
So, not a bad play there. In the second quarter, they were running the ball and only getting a couple yards. That time they got 3. And see if they can find a little bit of a hole here in this New Richmond defense.
Nice block up top. Drout's got a roam, and he'll get a Schuler Insurance first down. But a great job there by the upbacks. Higbee and Johnson really opened up a hole there for Drout. He did a good job of kind of waiting for them as well.
And we saw
good momentum.
We saw that adjustment the last couple weeks in the second half. After these teams stack so hard on the strong side, that cutback run to the weak side has been open. And whether the coaching staff wanted to save it for the second half or, they talked about how New Richmond was playing them. But regardless, nice first down there from Menomonie.
Under center, Johnson, Higbee, and other Johnson. Up backs. Play action there off of Schaefer. Rolling to his left. He's got Higbee open, throws it behind him, and we're having a holding penalty in the backfield here. I think they might get Eckert with that one. We will see. And it is near where he was standing.
That's going to be a big penalty there, too. Isaac kind of put his hands up. I think he kind of almost got his hands caught in the cookie jar in that one.
So I'll make it second or excuse me, that was a first down, so that'll be first and about 20 almost here. That'll be close to first. I think it is first and 20. So a 10-yard penalty will bring the Mustangs back to first and 20. The digital marker on the field still shows 2, but I think he's just switching her. No, he went the wrong way. Now he's going right. It's first down here for the Mustangs.
Oh, they got him to go off
sides.
They got him
to jump off sides, and that will help the Mustangs pick up 5 back. That was a great call there by the offensive coordinator, Dave Schmitz, to try to maybe pick up quick 5 and make it first and 15. We've seen that. We saw that last week work for the Mustangs. We've seen that for years now work for the Mustangs, that shift, drawing that defense off sides, and it works here again.
I know I've told the story before, but I remember going to a game, one of my first years in Menomonie Mustangs with Nate Stanley, travel all the way over to Pier, first round of the playoffs, and I think Mustangs went almost all the way down the field with Coach Labuda and all the little tricks with the shifts and stuff. DePere jumped off sides about 3 or 4 times.
Schaefer breaks a tackle in the backfield, breaks another one. He's working just to get to the back of the line of scrimmage, and he'll maybe get a first down. What a great run, and another flag. Wow.
That might be a face mask, because where that was located, that's where one of those tackles was broken. It'll be interesting to see what the call is.
Yeah, I think you're right, Joe. Head coach Mike Sins for the Mustangs was right where that flag is, and he was making that same motion. So, yeah, this could be a face mask here on New Richmond. Still waiting to see the call.
That would be huge, especially after being put in the hole by the holding penalty. It is a face mask. And that's going to be a Schuler Insurance first down,
Chad. It appears it will be. That'll be a nice gainer on the run by Schaefer. You add on the penalty, brings them a few more yards inside of Tigers territory. 10:27 remaining here in this third quarter.
Well, that big holding, that was one of those things. Some teams that would just, really wreck your drive and give all the momentum back to New Richmond, but give these Mustangs credit. They've faced some adversity a couple times this year, and they show that they're able to keep on going.
You pick up a first down after first and 20, a penalty like that, that'll give you some momentum, no doubt. Play action rolling to his right, Johnson. He's going to try to get out of the tackle. He does, and then he's hit hard. He'll get it away, however, and there was an intended receiver there, Higbee, in the area, so great job of just getting rid of that football. It'll be 2nd and 10 here for the Mustangs. No correction. Are they going to say he was down?
Really?
Oh, I don't think he was down at all. The officials.
No.
I think there's a little bit of confusion here. Head coach Mike Sins out on the field. The officials.
That down marker shouldn't be moving that quick.
Yeah, he was on his way. I think he had some confusion with the officials as well. And the officials were going with where he was, not where the ball should have been.
Well, it's probably just some guy volunteering over there, getting $15 for the game. He's not a professional down marker, but, that's why you don't go until the officials tell you to.
So 2nd and 10 here. And we're going to have a timeout here by head coach Mike Sins here. And I think he's got a legitimate case here. I mean, I think they started the play clock, after or before the ball was even spotted where it should have been. And I think that's what head coach Mike Sins is talking about. Is how am I supposed to run a play when you send in a play when I don't know where the ball's spotted at? And that's what he's trying to talk to the official here.
Yeah, I can understand why he's upset.
I think I'd be a little angry here too. The officials are going to get together here, but I don't think you can even start the play clock until the ball is spotted.
I don't think they're going to charge him with the timeout.
We're going to find out what happens here, but head coach Mike Sins used the timeout. The officials are getting together here.
Yeah, that's just an administrative error on the official's part, and I know it's tough to do, but at that point you just got to admit your mistake. And so what do we got here?
I'm not sure if he's charged a timeout or not. I mean, the white hat there just blew his whistle like we're going back to play. I don't know, Joe.
I don't know. The scoreboard says 2 timeouts.
I'm a little confused here. We're back to action here, and run there by Schaefer. A nice stiff arm will get him inside the 35 to about the 33, short of a first down. But I think the big thing is, does Menomonie have 3 timeouts left, or do they have 2 at this point?
They just put a third one back up on the scoreboard.
Okay, so there's your answer here. 3 timeouts here for the Mustangs, and in a game like this where it could come down to the last possession, that's a very important thing early to start the second half.
So a nice gain by Schaefer. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3, 9 minutes and 22 seconds and counting here. Mustangs offense has kind of been a jumbled opening drive here to the second half. Some officiating issues, and I think hopefully they get it all set now.
Trampling Goodman's hit right away. A big stick there by one of the defenders there on the defensive line. Number 51, Kyle Turner, in on that one. Wow. That will make it 4th and 6 here for the Mustangs. And right now the Mustangs 0 for 3 on 4-down conversions. Let's hope they can bat 250.
Yeah, why stop now, right? Nice job by the defensive line. That guard pulled and just kept coming. They were well prepared for that.
Just gets it off to Johnson. Down the seam and dropped there by, I believe that was Ellison. I think he had that in his hands. He was well covered, but it looked like it went through his fingertips.
I couldn't tell from here. There were 2 guys on him, and the ball was underthrown. It would have been a miraculous catch, but it is going to be a turnover on downs.
That's the 4th turnover on downs here tonight for the Mustangs. It really been a challenge here trying to convert those 4th downs. The Richmond Tigers have done the job on the defensive end. And now the Mustangs are going to have to do the same thing on their defensive end. We see Stelreich in his quarterback here for the Tigers. He'll hand it off to Burke and hit there in the backfield by Sorensen, but Burke breaks the tackle and gets a couple yards taken down there by Goodman.
Yeah, Cage had an opportunity to make that a tackle for the loss, but unlike last week where he was going low all the time, seems like he's a little bit higher on his tackling technique here tonight.
Stelreich with Burke offset. Actually right behind him right now in a pistol look, but they will reset with Burke to his left. Burke will take it right up the middle. Past the 45, and that ball carrier gets a first down. Wow, just the pile moved another 3 yards after the initial hit, enough for a Tigers moving of the chains.
So Ben Helminski was that nose tackle.
No correction, not a first down.
Oh, they called it short, huh?
Well, I'm kind of confused here. The topside official, he has it marked almost a yard past the first down, and this official marked it way short, and so, yeah, it was a first down, but we're moving on here.
Yeah, another issue with communication from the officials.
Langness trying to get around the edge there, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. Pember will hit him for about a 1 yard loss. Also in on it was Ellison. And a 2nd and 11 here on Mike Sell Insurance, TFL.
I think it was Steele Schaefer or maybe Reed Zagelski. Maybe both of them got absolutely pummeled at the line of scrimmage, but they gave themselves up for the defense, allowing the rest of the guys to come make the plays. So that's a really nice job of setting the edge. It's not an easy thing to do. It requires a lot of sacrifice, but really good team defense there by Menomonie.
Second and 11 here. It's going to be a quick pass to Eckert. He's got room. He'll get a first down and another yard. Ball on the turf. Officials are going to say he was down. To recover that fumble was Schaefer, but I think it popped out late. So it'll stay first down, Tigers.
Brody Thornton, the outside linebacker, had an opportunity there to either break it up or at least put a good hit on the receiver. Brody lost his discipline and overran it just a little bit. But it's awfully tough against an offense like this that has so many weapons.
So Stelreich, the quarterback, in for the Tigers at the moment. We've seen Hitty as well. He's got a couple touchdown passes on the bench for this series. Burke will take it off right side, first down and more. Breaks the tackle past the 35, 25 into the red zone, down to the 14, and a flag on the play right at the end.
Well, Chad, this defense is for the Menomonie Mustangs has been on the field an awful lot, and hate to say it, but they're looking a little gassed.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers inside the red zone.
What do we got on the call?
And we'll see what it was here at the end. And, yeah, that's what I kind of guessed. Face mask is going to make it 1st and goal for the Tigers. Up 14. 5:49 remains here in this third quarter. And this Tigers drive started at about their own 35, I believe. So 1st and goal from the 7, as you may have heard over the PA announcer.
Defense is going to have to find a way here to get something done.
In a big defensive play, a fumble or maybe an interception here would be just huge.
Problem is you're facing a really good team. There's a reason why New Richmond's undefeated. They don't make many mistakes. Have a lot of different ways to attack you. And especially when you don't punt and give them, a shorter field, it really puts a lot of pressure on your defense.
Yeah, look at this. Hitty comes in here as the quarterback. Stelreich to the bench. Hepner had that last carry. That's going to be Hepner again, but he's tackled for a loss on this one.
Sigelski, that was a great play by the junior.
That was a great play. Casey also in on that one, and that Mike Sell Insurance, what a 2-yard tackle for loss, puts it 3rd and goal from almost the original line of scrimmage, the 7-yard line.
I thought I had a break there with it being goal to go. I didn't have to update the down and distance, but I guess you still got to do the down. I missed 2nd down, but third and goal. That's where we're at now.
And 4.5 minutes left. It's been a long drive for New Richmond here. Hitty got 2 receivers, now 3 to his left after the motion there. Hitty's going to take it himself. Spin move, breaks the tackle. He's into the end zone. A 6-yard touchdown run by Hitty makes it 20-0.
Well, there's a senior there on homecoming, just having that little extra juice, and he really made it difficult on Chippewa Falls last week, and Mustangs had a guy there, just not able to bring him down.
Yeah, I think head coach Mike Sins, he talked about in the pregame show those missed tackles against good teams. You just cannot miss tackles.
No.
And, on this touchdown, on the touchdown to open their first drive of the game, we saw missed tackles, and that's how teams can move the ball and score touchdowns. And the PAT by Bonneman is good. It's 21-0 right now. New Richmond over Menomonie. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Mustangs TV.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here. Menomonie trailing by 3 touchdowns at the moment. 4:19 remains here in this third quarter. Need to get something going offensively here, do the Mustangs. And Goodman will take it right about the 6-yard line. Right up the middle. He's got some room past the 30 down to the 32-yard line. Make it 33, I think, is the official spot. And the Mustangs will have 1st and 10 from there.
Even though the score is 21-0, Chad, I don't know about you, it doesn't feel like a 21-0 game. I mean, Menomonie really has competed well here tonight against a very, very good team, but they just have not been able to, kind of get that final execution. They've executed across, between the 20s pretty well, but then on the offensive end, not able to score, and on the defensive end, just not able to hold the Tigers out when it really counts.
I would say they just haven't made the play when they needed to make the play. When you go 0 for 4 on $4 conversions, that's when you need to make that play. Screen set up here for Drought, and he's going to be tackled for a 3-yard loss. New Richmond sniffed that one out very easily on that first down play.
Yeah, and they're bringing a lot of pressure now on that last drive of the half when Menomonie moved it right down the field. They didn't bring any pressure on Brady Johnson. It gave him a lot of time to survey the field. And I think they saw that when they put pressure on him and make him make a decision quickly, like most quarterbacks, it's been a different story.
So on this 2nd and 13 here, shotgun look for Johnson to off his back foot. He'll throw it. Nice defense there. A pass intended for Schaefer, but well covered there by number 34, Andy Johnson. And the Tigers will make it a 3rd and long here for the Mustangs, who are running out of options here, running out of time. There's 3:29 left in this 3rd quarter. And the Mustangs just need to get a touchdown to just get something going. Just get that momentum and that belief that, okay, we can punch it in and score against this defense. And they've had chances. They've been there, and just like I said, we just talked about moments ago, just haven't made the play when they needed to.
Well, and they must have seen something on film where they like the matchup with the backs coming out of the backfield, but now they go down the sideline.
And then Johnson there, he had him. I mean, that was Goodman. Goodman had a step on the defender, and Johnson just overled him a little bit, but good pitch and catch there. That's a big gainer.
Well, and when you look back at it, Menomonie really has played fairly desperately tonight, going for it an awful lot on 4th down, and I don't know. It's kind of tough when you get out of your element, and I know it's hard to stay patient, especially when you get down by a little bit, but what was a close ball game all of a sudden is looking like it could get out of hand pretty quick.
Ryan Dingwall, the punter here, back to receive Munson.
Nice
Dingwall,
punt.
good punt. Munson will go all the way back to the 24-yard line. Nice return. Will be knocked down at the 35, but what a great punt by Dingwall there. That was about a 45, maybe 50-yard punt by Dingwall. Really pins New Richmond back much farther than they probably anticipated. And with 3:12 left in the 3rd, Tigers get the football back. And this time we see Hitty out there. Stelrek back at quarterback. Nope, I was right the first time. Hitty as the QB on this drive. Burke is offset to his right. And he will, Hitty will take it wide open. Nobody there. He's going to go untouched. This is going to be 64 yards, and that really opened it up here in New Richmond. A 64-yard touchdown run by Hitty. His 2nd on the ground. He's got 2 in the air tonight. He is single-handedly making it difficult on the Mustangs here this evening.
Well, you knew he was a threat, and when your defense is consistently out there, eventually you just, that bend is going to break. And
that was quite the misdirection. You had a guy, you had a guy rounding out or trying to, take the ball on the fake, and Bonneman will put it through the uprights, make it 28-0, and Hitty tucks it in on his own and untouched for 64 yards. 28-0 New Richmond over the Mustangs. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Mustangs TV. Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. The last minute and 19 seconds of this ball game. The Tigers have put 14 up on the board. It was 14-0 at halftime, and it's been all Tigers here in this third quarter with just 3 minutes left as that kick went through the end zone. Mustangs will start on their 20-yard line here. And we'll see what offensive coordinator Dave Schmitz comes up with. We talked about it, Joe. I mean, Menomoni's been able to move the ball here throughout this game. The two possessions here in the second half, not as successful, but in the first half had opportunities. We're in Tigers territory multiple times, and the Tigers have taken advantage, a couple big plays. Mustangs just haven't made the plays when they needed to, and they trail by 4 scores.
Yeah, at this point, you just got to try to get something positive going.
Johnson off his back foot to Ellison. Great defense there, knocked away by one of the linebackers, Bonneman, and boy, that was a heck of a play. That would have been a big gainer for Ellison, but makes it 2nd and 10 instead.
Well, I like the idea of trying to use your receivers where you feel like you have a matchup, and I think there's a lot to be learned from this. Sometimes you can learn more from a defeat than you can from a victory, and for the Mustangs to take the next step, they're going to have to be able to find ways to beat a defense like this, a very talented defense, and they have the tools to do it. They just need the experience and the execution.
Quick pass there to Schaefer. He's hit right away. Wow, what a play there by one. I think that was Munson coming up and sticking Schaefer, and Schaefer is down.
Yeah, he had to have the wind knocked out of him in that one. Hopefully that's all it is.
Yeah, that was Munson with that stick, and yeah, that was a big hit. And we're going to take 30 seconds. We'll be back right after this on Mustangs TV. 2:42 remains here in the third quarter.
Be wise, seek eyes for the best buys. Huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, including Camaros, Corvettes, and the best selection of Silverados in western Wisconsin. Our award-winning team offers the best customer service and certified technicians. Check out the all-new ChevyTownUSA.com and look for BY's pricing on the entire inventory. Find new roads and take the short drive to I-94 and Highway 25 in Menomonie, or anytime at ChevyTownUSA.com.
September is College Savings Month. Whether you're a new parent or your child's already off to high school, it's a good time to think about the future. Next to retirement planning, paying for your children's education could be the largest expense your family will bear. Dairy State Bank offers a variety of savings accounts, as well as other options that may offer greater return, but with more risk. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. Steele Schaefer was on the turf there for quite a while. He did come off on his own accord. Hopefully it was just a very big case of getting your wind knocked out of you. As Johnson goes to the top side, he should have a first down. Nice pass and catch. That one intended for Goodman. He'll haul it in. About a 16-yard gain there. We'll move the chains. And with 2:29 left in this third quarter, we'll see, give you an update here on Schaefer as this game continues, but obviously he's not on the field at the moment.
Yeah,
Trout now into the tailback.
28-0. I think I'd let Steele catch his breath and get ready for next week.
Johnson, quick out. Thornton will take it right to the turf at the 39 and pick up a 7 on that first down. 2:20 remains here, third quarter. And Mustangs, we might see, pretty much shotgun, 3-receiver, 4-receiver looks here. I don't know if you say the remainder of the game, but a high majority of the rest of this game, just so the Mustangs can maybe try to get something through the air here.
Well, Brady Johnson has shown real good ability, especially when he knows what he's going to do. And that would be any quarterback. If you are going to run a timing route or you're going to do something where, you have a preconceived idea in your head, you can visualize what you're going to do. But, when New Richmond has brought pressure and made him move and get out of his spot, that's where it's been problematic. And, again, there's enough receivers if they scheme this thing right and, look up for the right matchup. Like right now, that's Brady Goodman on the top of your screen. He's got one-on-one against a cornerback that has given him at least 4 or 5 inches.
After the 5-yard penalty, Johnson will just throw it away there on 2nd and 7. That'll make it 3rd and 7 here for the Mustangs as he was pushed out of the pocket quickly there. 1:27 remains here in this third quarter.
Yeah, so the cornerback, number 8 for the Tigers, Abraham Monson, he's listed at 5'9", 161. Brady Goodman, he's 6 foot 180. You got to look for those matchups when you get to the line of scrimmage and, try to figure out in your head what you're going to have available. You don't really have time, especially when the defense brings pressure. You got to have a pre-snap read. A lot easier said than done.
We'll take a look here. Got lots of time. Hits the crossing Panther. I think that was Goodman takes it in for about an 8-yard gain. Needed 7. First down Mustangs. And that will move the chains here. Sponsored by Schuler Insurance.
Another really nice throw there by Brady Johnson and a good job hanging onto that ball.
1:15 remains third quarter. Mustangs trying to punch one in here. They haven't had a score yet. They have not been shut out this season, have the Mustangs. A lot of football left. Johnson up top, intended for Barron, but that's over his head. And it'll be 2nd and 10 here after the incompletion. 51 seconds left. You look at New Richmond, they have not pitched a shutout defensively all year. Maybe a little early to talk about that, Joe. We got a whole quarter and 51 seconds left to play, but they've allowed just 22 points in the last 3 weeks, so their defense is playing about as good a football as they can here.
So both New Richmond corners are listed at 5'9". Now you got Brody Thornton over here on the near side. He's 6'3". Got a great matchup. That's not a bad one over there with Goodman either.
Yeah, Goodman about an 8-yard pickup right near midfield. Make it 3rd and 2 here for the Mustangs. And yeah, if you looked at the height here, Joe, I looked at the defensive backfield. You got 5'9", 5'9", 5'8", and 5'10". So, yeah, not a lot of height in that defensive backfield, but obviously athletic.
Yeah, we've been throwing to our running back coming on a wheel route out of the backfield.
3rd and 3 here. Johnson, a little pump fake. Up top, Goodman's got it. Inside the 30, down to the 20 in the red zone, and a 1st and 10 here, Menomonie. Correction, that was Ellison with it. And that will move the chains here. Schuler Insurance first down. 39 seconds and ticking here in this third quarter. Mustangs, second time they've been in the red zone here tonight.
Again, it's not likely you're going to come back from being down 28-0, but boy, there's a lot to be gained through this experience. Again, a lot of juniors out there. Junior quarterback, Isaac Ellison, junior receiver, Brody Thornton, junior receiver, John Higbee, junior fullback.
Yeah, Thornton's all alone here on the bottom side. One-on-one coverage. Johnson's going to go up top. He's got him. Does he keep it in? He did. Touchdown. Nice pass and catch to Isaac Ellison with 5.6 seconds left from the 19-yard line. A touchdown, Mustangs.
Well, Chad, and that's just what they needed. Excellent, excellent work. Really all passing down the field. And a lot of credit there goes to Brady Johnson, the quarterback, but also to the guys up front who were able to give him the protection that he needed. You know, again, New Richmond playing more coverage, not really bringing a lot of pressure, and that's really when you've seen a lot of success. So that touchdown sponsored by Kai's Chevrolet. Be wise, see Kai's for the best buys. Great to finally see the Kai's Chevrolet advertisement coming up here with 5.6 seconds left in the third quarter.
Dingwall going to try to make it 7 here with the PAT. Good snap, good hold. Dingwall swing of the right legs, and he does. So your score now 28-7, Tigers over the Mustangs. 5 seconds remain in the third quarter. We'll take 30 seconds here on Mustangs TV.
On West
Wisconsin Credit Union.
Now Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin. Read it.
Wisconsin's.
I can't say it like she can say it.
I lost my words.
Let me just say it in my head one time.
I struggle with this part.
Why is this so hard?
Hard to say, but easy to do business with. Wisconsin Credit Union.
Wisconsin Credit.
Sorry, we have to start all over.
Good material here.
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back out with you here from from New Richmond. And Joe, you're talking about an onside kick here potentially before we came back here. And I think New Richmond's got the hands team out there. They're thinking the same thing. They don't have their normal kick return team out there. They basically have the hands team out there right now, does New Richmond. So the Mustangs are going to try to kick it back here. Mustangs will kick it deep to the 10. And taking it there, he's got a lot of room. Oh, my goodness. The 40, the 50. Wow. Mustangs going to return it 85 yards on a hands team kick return touchdown to end this third quarter. Unbelievable. You know, I suppose when you kick off expecting not to have your normal kick return coverage as far as the kick coverage team, something obviously did not go right there, and a special teams return for a touchdown for Munson, breaking one tackle and then went untouched for his last about 65 yards.
Yeah.
Wow. Bonneman trying to make it 35 here. He's hit all 4 of his extra points so far. Good snap, good hold. Line drive kick, he gets it through. And your score now 35-7. And we also will head to the fourth quarter as that return ended right as the clock struck 000 here in the third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Mustangs TV.
September is College Savings Month. Whether you're a new parent or your child's already off to high school, it's a good time to think about the future. Next to retirement planning, paying for your children's education could be the largest expense your family will bear. Dairy State Bank offers a variety of savings accounts, as well as other options that may offer greater return, but with more risk. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
Chad Zutter, Joe Zadowski back with you here from New Richmond. Kick return touchdown just moments ago here to end this third quarter by Munson. Has put it 35-7 New Richmond. Line drive kick going to go to Goodman. He'll take it at about the 8. Past the 20 up to the 25, and that is where he will stop it here. Sorry about that. Keep playing music over top here. I think I keep bumping it, Joe.
And I don't know if the crowd can hear that or not. And I had the same issue with the freshman game yesterday because I don't think if that's on, does the crowd hear it, or if it's off?
We don't hear it then.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So, yep.
So I did the same thing yesterday.
Yep.
Still learning.
Yeah, every day.
Lifelong learner, Chad.
That's right. Well, begin the fourth quarter here. Just 3 seconds in after the kickoff.
The Mustangs' effort tonight has been terrific, and they've faced plenty of adversity. The kickoff coverage, that left a lot to be desired.
You don't see Schaefer in. Trout offset to the left of Johnson. A quick pass to Goodman. He's tackled right away. Kind of a wide receiver screen look there, but those defensive backs, boy, they've played well tonight, and they just continue to make it tough on these receivers.
Well, you got all this height advantage. I think the last thing you want to do is bunch them up. And, again, it's so easy to call from up here. I mean, you're up in the press box. You got all the time in the world to think about it. You got hindsight, which is 20/20. But I don't know. I don't think that's a winning formula.
Don't see Schaefer on the sideline as far as with the trainer or anything. I couldn't really pick him out there. Let's hope he's okay, but I don't know if we'll see a return of him in this ballgame. As that pass incomplete, intended for Dralt in the flat, defender there as well. It just seems like this New Richmond defense, they just don't get fooled very much. I mean, Menomoni's had a few plays that have kind of got some big gainers, but I shouldn't say big gainers, 20, 25-yard gainers, but for the most part, New Richmond has done a great job here tonight. They kind of sniff everything out. They don't get fooled.
And I think you hit it. I think perhaps sometimes you can outsmart yourself trying to fool people when realistically, the simplest thing to do is look at the matchups and say, here's where our best matchup is, and take advantage of it. I know I have fell victim to that before, coaching various sports. You don't want to overcomplicate it.
Johnson, lots of time. Now he's going to be have to throw it away as he was in the vicinity, I should say. It was Jack Trout. That'll bring up a fourth down here, a punting situation here for the Mustangs, trailing 35-7. 11:03 remains. And New Richmond led 14-0 at halftime, but has really kind of put this one away here in the second half. Kind of deflated a lot out of the Menomonie Mustang team, especially with that return touchdown to end that third quarter on the kick return.
Chad Eric just got his first final on the point of beginning out-of-town scoreboard. River Falls, they must have went for 2. They beat Chippewa Falls 28-27.
Oh, wow, good one.
Quite a game.
Dingwall back to punt. Munson, who just returned that kickoff moments ago, back to receive this punt. He won't have a chance as that ball will bounce at about the 45, and it'll come to be picked up by James Hoff. They'll mark it at the 43-yard line. That's where New Richmond will take over.
Got another file. Eau Claire Memorial picks up their first conference victory as they take down Superior 35-9.
Well, they kind of put that one away in the second half. Wasn't it 14-9 at halftime?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
And I think Superior scored first in that game.
So New Richmond, with under 11 to go in this game, very comfortable 4-touchdown lead. It'll be Stelrach in there at the quarterback position, up the middle on the carry. I believe that was Hepner. We'll wait to see as he gets up with the carry. So
this win by New Richmond, that's going to make them playoff eligible. If they aren't, they might have already been.
I think they already were with 4-0 in conference, correct.
So now they're playing for seeding, and obviously beating Menomonie is certainly going to help their seeding. The Mustangs coming into the contest, one of the better teams in the area.
Yeah, do we have a Hudson score yet tonight?
Yeah, Hudson, they're up big now on Eau Claire North, 38-14. So the conference showdown for the championship is going to be that game coming up, Hudson against New Richmond.
Yeah, and that could potentially, that's the last week of the season. Hudson, or New Richmond, I should say, is at Eau Claire North next week. So got 10 minutes left in this ball game on a 3rd and 3 here near midfield for New Richmond. It's been a long game, Joe. A lot of clock stoppages and a lot of penalties. We're seeing some completed scores already, and we still got 10 minutes of football left here.
Yeah, you're not kidding, Chad. A lot of passing. Usually the Mustangs are more of a ball control offense, and they've been throwing the ball an awful lot here in the second half based on the score.
And Mike Sell Insurance tackle for loss there by that Mustangs defense. Going to make it a 4th and long 3, short 4, we'll say. 4 the Tigers, and I think we're going to see the punting unit come out here for New Richmond. We will. 9:20 remains in the ball game. Goodman will be back to receive along with Drought as well here on the punt unit. Anderson set to punt for New Richmond. Another line drive. That'll go out of bounds. Oh, no, it won't. Wow. That's been the way here for New Richmond tonight. That hit just outside the 20 near the sideline. Somehow stayed in, rolled all the way down to the 10. And so sometimes you get those lucky bounces with footballs, and New Richmond did right there. Under 9 to go now. And the Mustangs offense out on the field here again.
No Badger game Saturday, no Packer game Sunday. Good weekend to get some wood cut and split, huh?
That's right.
It's going to be warm, though.
It's going to be quite toasty this weekend. Mid-80s expected. Yeah, so it work up a lather. Johnson hits the out there to Goodman. Kept his feet in. Nice job to about the 17-yard line. Pick up near 5 on that first down play. Now look at the Mustangs this season. They beat Rice Lake to start it, the regular season. Then DeForest, a nice non-conference victory on the road. Beat Superior and Chippewa Falls to start conference play. They were 4-0, 2-0 in conference to begin. Nice block there as Hayden Weir is checked into the game by Eckert, but he's hit by the next man in, and a no gainer for Weir.
Well, this is going to be the third straight loss for the Mustangs against the Tigers. New Richmond beat Menomonie twice last year, once in the regular season and once in the playoffs. And you're New Richmond Tigers. You got to be feeling awfully good about this right now. Going to be a big homecoming win, continue the season undefeated, and probably one of the better seasons the Tigers have had in a long time.
8-10 now left in the ball game. Johnson tries to hit a cutting Goodman and pass over his head. Goodman wasn't really even looking for it. A little miscommunication possibly right there. That'll bring up a 4th down here for the Mustangs. Punt unit out. Yeah, you look with the loss against Hudson a couple weeks ago, the win last week against North, which I thought Menomonie was probably one of their more complete games, especially the offensive line. Pretty convincing victory last week for homecoming, but then Mustangs, you knew this was going to be a tough challenge. Obviously, the number 4 ranked team in the state on the road, come to their house. It's their homecoming as well. So, yes, it was a tough task here for the Mustangs. Played tough with them for about almost 2.5, maybe 3 quarters. But Tigers have really pulled away here. Late 3rd, early 4th. Good punt by Dingwall again, right to Munson at the 48-yard line. He'll go ahead into Tigers territory, be taken down at the 42. We might start to see some other Tigers out on the field here as opposed to the starting lineup. Oh, correction. We still see most of those starters out. Hitty out there, quarterback Burt, the running back Burt next to Hitty. Still see Schroeder out there as well, who caught a touchdown pass. But this has been a game for Hitty here tonight. He's had 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 touchdowns through the air. Hitty's really had a game here tonight for the Tigers. We got a short field here after the punt, under 8 to go. Burke will take it. No, correction. Make it Hitty on the fake around the end and picks up about 5 on that first down. Down to the 37-yard line.
Still 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. Yeah, it's like it's never going to end. But when you go for it all the time in 4th down, though, and you go into passing mode, you run the risk of getting blown out. And It's kind of what happened against Hudson in the second half, and certainly what's happened here tonight. I don't know. It's not been a winning formula for Menomonie, and you could say that about a lot of teams against New Richmond. You get behind, and certainly it's hard to stay patient, but just not good.
Burke will take it left side. First down, and Moore breaks a tackle. Hit by Pember, and they'll bounce off of Pember as well inside the 20 down to about the 19. And we lost Schaefer there. I think that was the end of the third quarter, early fourth quarter as well. He went to the sidelines after a big stick by one of the defensive backs here for New Richmond. And I don't know if he is, just not going to come back the rest of this game because of the score, or if he is, potentially out for a longer period of time. We did not see him in this game since that he left with injury, but he was able to walk off on his own, which is always good to see. So 1st and 10 here for New Richmond, right at the red zone. Burke will take it left side. A nice tackle for loss, sponsored by Mike Sell Insurance. In on it was Ellison. Ellison's played a nice defense here as linebacker this evening. First time he's really seen action on the defensive side of the football with Sacriel.
Yeah, and it's just good to get more depth. Another good athlete on the field, and certainly Isaac Ellison's one of the best 22 football players, so you want to get him out there when you can. And he's going to learn and get better and better in that position the more experience that he gets.
New Richmond now using as much clock as possible. That,
thank goodness,
slow down. That slow down, or I should say, fast-paced offense is starting to slow down as Burke will take it up the middle on that second down, make it 3rd and 7 here. Inside the 20 now, down to about the 17-yard line.
Jen, on a more positive note, last night here, the Mustangs freshman team, they won 24-7. And, boy, that freshman team is really having a nice season. I think they're 5-1, I think now, or 6-1. And, made a 33. I think it's about a 33-yard field goal. You don't see that all the time in a freshman game. So,
yeah, just under 5 to go. I think the wind and sort of sprinkles are starting. We're seeing the fans right in front of us really clear out here. We might have some precipitation just starting.
Look at the parking lot up. It's a lot of big backup. Everyone's trying to leave at once.
He will go in over to Eckert. Pass broken up, but we do have a flag on the play. I'm assuming Casey will be drawn up for the defensive pass interference, which is going to give New Richmond a first down with 4:38 remaining. And, we're seeing the crowd just kind of clear out here from New Richmond. You see the wind really starting to pick up here. And I know there is thunderstorms expected in the area sometime this evening, maybe even into tomorrow morning. And I think we might be getting just the beginning of it right here with a little bit of wind picking up. So it'll be 1st and goal for New Richmond. 4:38 remains. From the 9-yard line here for the Tigers. Hitty still in at quarterback here. It'll be Hepner. Hitty will fumble it. Ball on the ground, and the Tigers get it right back, recovering it. One of the offensive linemen there, number 52, Caleb Hyman, jumped on it back near the 20 at the 18. That'll be 2nd and goal there for the Tigers with 4:18 remaining here in the ballgame.
And as good as the quarterback is, I have noticed that he keeps that ball away from his body. And, I just think I saw some lightning. Oh, no. Oh, no.
We are going to have a stoppage here of play with 4:02 remaining. And we are going to have the game. I'm not sure what's going to happen here with the officials. I see both coaches coming together. With 4:02 remaining, it's 35-7 right now. New Richmond leading the Mustangs. And no official word by the officials, and I think this game is going to be called right now with 4:02 remaining. It is. It appears the game will be over with 4:02 remaining. Game called due to lightning.
Thank goodness.
And your final 35-7. New Richmond is going to defeat the Menomonie. Their record going to go to 7-0. 5-0 in the BRC. The Mustangs will drop to 5-2 and 3-2 in BRC play. And weather is coming. That's on its way. Obviously, that's why we had this game canceled with 4:02 to play in the ball game. And we are going to try to get the windows in on this board before we get a little too crazy and get rained in on here. So we're going to wrap up our broadcast. George, should we do a post-game show, or should we just kind of wrap it up here and try to beat this storm that could wreck our equipment? We don't want that.
I think
we don't want wind and sideways rain coming in the press box here. So we're going to kind of just wrap it up now.
I think so, Chad.
Let's thank our sponsors here that make the broadcast possible. Obviously, all our sponsors: TMS Tire and Auto, Wisconsin Credit Union, Schuler Insurance, Kai Chevy Town, Syria Bay for Photography, Dairy State Banks, Bills Distributing, Mike Sell Insurance, Out of Town Scoreboard, and also Rotary Club here of Menomonie. But we're going to call her early here due to the impending weather and trying to protect our equipment here in the press box on this open booth here. So 4:02 left in the game. Game called. Your